certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to WIC Women in Conversation. It's a table where women sit and discuss things that are pertaining women, but not just the women. Anyways, we talk about men because without men we can have the women, and without the women we can have the men. So there must be discussion going around both women and men, and of course the children too. We'll also talk about the children, but we made it just a women affair so we can be free to talk about us really. Anyway, welcome to today's episode of WIC. I am Patricia Urim Gabriels. And with me today to discuss some of the things we'll be talking about, I have to my left, Ayo Alibalugu. Ayo Alibalugu, you're welcome to the program. She's a consultant. Don't let me forget that aspect of her. She's a consultant. Welcome to this program.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. And to my right, I have Princess Edith Madejewon. Princess Edith is the CEO of Fredette Gold Collections. Okay, so she's the one that beautifies us. Anyway, let me put it that way. So she makes everything that we wear happen, and she makes us look this good. Edith, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And then to my far left, I have Mercy Emmanuel. Mercy Emmanuel is a nurse, and a senior nurse at that. Mercy here has been the one telling us what to eat and what not to eat, what to drink and what not to drink. We remember the Christmas episode where she was telling us we shouldn't take a lot of soda and all that. Carbonated drinks. And she told us to stick on water, which wasn't really nice for me. Mercy, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start off with what we're going to be talking on today. We're going to be talking on Mother's Day. Mother's Day was celebrated just last week. It was a few days ago. Yes, a few days ago. Yes, maybe I should say it out here. I got a bouquet of money from my daughter.
Wow.
And of course the men were so angry in the house. They were like, what's going on? Every day people are celebrating Mother's Day. That's why we want to talk about it today. Let me start with you, Ayo. A lot of people say we're always celebrating Mother's Day. In fact, some men say Mother's Day, are they the only ones in the world? They are celebrating them every time because we just did the International Women's Day in March 8th.
Yes.
And then a few days after is Mother's Day.
March 15th.
Yes, I remember that March 8th, my son also woke up and said, Mommy, what do you want? I want to order for you. It's International Women's Day. And I was like, thank you. And he did order me something. And then a few days after, I'm being celebrated again. So the men are not upset. They're not angry, but they're asking questions. Why is it that the women are more celebrated than the men?
Well, it's a function of perception as far as I see it. Let's just say that the month of March is a month dedicated to
women.
Celebrating women largely. And not just women. Now let's narrow it down to Mother's Day. There could be a man who doubles as a father and a mother, who nurtures the son, the daughter. Such men too are recognized on Mother's Day.
Sure.
As a single mother, my daughter makes it a point of duty to celebrate me on Father's Day.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
And celebrate every man who has contributed positively
to her life
and made an impact to her life.
Yeah.
So I also take out time to celebrate the men who also pull that by virtue of maybe being divorced and they're taking care of their children or the widowed. So mothering is just another word for nurturing. It is not a clash or the fight of the sexes, to be honest.
Gender.
So when some men, trivialize it, every day should be used to celebrate the people you love.
That's facts.
Sure.
That's my point.
That's your point. Okay, for Edith, men also have Father's Day.
Yeah.
Okay. But they are still insisting that the Father's Day is not worldly recognized the way Mother's Day is being recognized, and they don't celebrate them the way mothers are being celebrated. What's your take on that?
As far as thank you for that. As far as I'm concerned, I think I know there is day set aside for International Father's Day, just as we have International Mother's Day. But fortunately for women, we have the next week, which is 15th of the same March, is the Mother's Day.
True.
So it's like a double celebration for women. Why she said the month of March is set aside to celebrate the womanhood, the mothers. Okay, now, why are men not comfortable with just one celebration in a month? You understand? In a year. It's you give woman one egg, she will triple it. Whatever you give to the woman, she will multiply it times 10. So you give us International Women's Day, you give us Mother's Day, we elaborate it. They can't elaborate theirs. It's not a fault.
Oh my God, princess. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's not a fault. We elaborate it. We celebrate ourselves. Even if we don't have anybody to celebrate us, I trust my women. We learn to celebrate ourselves.
Yes, we have learned that.
We have learned before. Over the years, we look for people that will celebrate us.
Exactly.
We wallow in the pain and wallow in pity, self-pity, looking for who to celebrate us. I just give it to my women. These days, we have worn the garment of celebration. Whether it's our birthdays, whether it's Mother's Day, whether International Women's Day, we are celebrating ourselves. I think I will tell the men, also learn to celebrate yourself.
They should loud it.
They should amplify it. If you can amplify it,
They should amplify
it to obvious. That's it.
Mercy. Okay, so the men says that their celebration is not as elaborate as the Women's Day celebration, just like Edith said. They said they complained also that even though they have their own special day, the children don't celebrate them the way they celebrate their moms.
I don't agree.
But that's what they're complaining
Now,
about.
the truth is, it's only the myopic-minded that will say that when it comes to the men. Every man that realizes the importance of a woman would not say that. A woman, just as Edith said, a woman is a procreator. Whatever you give to a woman, the man only goes out there, I want to get the money, take care of the home. They think that whatever it is they've gone out to fetch is enough to sort out everything. But no. I used to get angry with this man that sang this, to be a man is not a day's job. I'm like, what do you guys bring to the table? When a woman is asked that question and you don't know what to answer, it's because you do not know who you are. Do you understand? A woman should be celebrated every second because a woman is seated here. She's washing, she's cooking, she's thinking of the next thing to do. I mean, in few seconds, a woman is a multitasker.
So you think the men don't multitask?
No, they don't.
No.
Really?
That is the way we are wired.
Just a few.
And if you watch some skit makers, you see them when a woman just decides, okay, let me go out, you take care of the home, clean the house, take care of the kids and all that. You see that by the time the child cries once, daddy, I'm hungry, the other one comes, daddy, I want to cook, the other one comes, daddy, I want to do this, daddy, like, hey, let your mother come and take care. So why a child or people around understand the importance of women or mothers? Because we put in a lot. They put in little, whether we like it or not, they put in little and expect so much. But we, funny enough, we put in a lot. And funny enough, we also
get it clear. Because Ayo said something about some people could be widowers, some men could have been divorced.
Very few
and
of
they
them
take care of the children like the women do. So what extra do you think the women put?
Wow. Okay. Now, there are many women that are not just full housewives. I give it to those that are full housewives because the tax in the house is overwhelming. Because the men go out and when they are back, I posted something some days back on my WhatsApp status, and a woman that was breastfeeding and sleeping. Now she is sleeping and the child is just not comfortable. Probably this woman is probably a full housewife, let us assume. She cleans the house, she takes care of the kids. Probably she took the kids to school. She takes care of that man that just wakes up in the morning, takes his bath and just runs off to work. And she stays back in the house to care for the kids when they are back and to also care for the family. So the woman puts a whole lot. This man just goes out, gets to work, and he's back.
But they tell you they bring the money.
No,
Once it's just to
so
take
women
care of-
also bring the money.
You know, for me, to be honest, I don't like to do the war of the sexes. I don't. I like fairness and balance.
All right.
But life is not like that generally.
Sure.
So in each household, you determine how you want to structure or how you move. You know, so when you have the woman, she's doing house chores and everything, nothing stops the man from helping out.
Yeah. The money wouldn't.
Now,
I am the head.
so because I am not in their home, I can't say. You understand? These days, we look at things from the periphery and we reach a lot of conclusions. Until you walk in that person's shoes.
Yeah.
Before you understand.
So for a man that goes out to bring the money, he's done a lot. Let's assume this man wakes up lives in the Ikeja and walks
on the island for work. Yes.
And you know, wakes up at 4:30 or 5, says his prayers, leaves the house by 6, has to get to by 6 o'clock on 3rd Mainland Bridge. There's traffic. Back to back.
5:30.
Exactly.
So the guy gets to work at 7, half 7, goes through all the work, process, the office politics, the stress, the disappointment, the joys, the wins, comes back home. At least he's sure that he'll meet a warm house, a house where there's food, love. And all of these things is also premised on their relationship. The children, now the world might decide to celebrate the man only once a year. You as a wife or as a girlfriend, as a partner, is your decision how often
you want to celebrate him.
Yeah. Appreciate him. For me, whether my husband or my boyfriend or my son or my children or my relatives, my co-workers, I have seen that nobody knows, tomorrow. So therefore, I'm going to celebrate you as much as I can at every point that I have.
Okay, Ayo, let's look at celebration from your own angle. You want to celebrate them as much as you can. How do you want to celebrate, or what do you mean by celebrating them? Okay. Because these men are complaining that when his mother said, like I just said, I got a bouquet of money from my daughter. I don't know. I'm just saying here, I don't know what my daughter would do. But I don't think she would want to, give a bouquet of money to his dad. To her dad. Because she might be thinking he has enough. Yeah, but I don't know if you understand. We mothers, the moment I saw the bouquet of money,
it all boils down.
I was like,
it all boils down. Thank you.
Relationship that has been created.
Thank you.
Between either the man and the people around him.
And the children.
I want to broaden it to the people around him. Trust me, if that man fits in to be celebrated,
every day,
he needs not to blow a trumpet. It will just come naturally. So
for me,
you asked me a question.
Yes, I asked you a question. Please go ahead.
So you said, how would the man be celebrated?
Okay.
So a lot of time we're expecting grandiose gesture. Well, so let's assume I live with this awesome man and he comes. He's not even my brother. He's not even my boyfriend or something. Well, let's say we're just co-tenants in the house. You give him a warm meal. The way the utensils with which you present it, you're not doing the regular. Okay, so today you understand. You do after setting the table. You now put his face. What's this one? I'm celebrating you now. In an unusual, something creative, innovative. Your brother, your husband, your father gets back from work. Let's say, Dad, bring your feet. Let me massage you. You're a king.
When you do that too, we'll begin to look at you with the bombastic side eyes. having in mind that
Let me hear
there
from
is something behind this.
Yeah.
Because men already have this mindset that
Mentality.
for you to give me a special treat,
Mercy, you use the term myopic.
yes.
I love that. And that seals it for me. So even if you're dealing with a myopic man, you did it the first day, second day, third day, not day, but first time, second time, without asking anything. The person gets to understand. And then you also teach the person, if the person is myopic, not to think that replicates it. Oga, when I celebrate, you might go.
See, you guys are not seeing it from my own perspective.
Okay, please, what's your perspective?
Yeah, you know you're always on the war zone.
Our perspectives are usually different. So let's hear from
So the thing is this: we celebrate the present fathers every time, just as we celebrate the present mothers. What of the absentee fathers? Are they also expected to be celebrated?
Exactly.
And these are the men that you hear out there, or you see out there complaining that my children are not celebrating me, nobody's celebrating me.
No.
When you have not, hold on please. When you have not built any bonding between you and your children and your relations, it is the bonding, is the seed that you sow that will germinate.
Let me come in there.
Are you
Why I
getting
want
it?
to come in there is these complaints from men, why I decided to choose this topic, are fathers that are present with the children. They are saying on Mother's Day, the children go all out to at least get a gift for the
Because
mom.
the mothers
So for
sacrifice.
them, someone told me.
Some males do sacrifice.
Someone told me, I said, for him, the children will just come, oh, Daddy, happy Father's Day. And everybody's up.
That is for
So
them.
that the children go far to get gifts with the mother, that during the year, for the small children, you see them putting monies together and say, Mother's Day is coming, Mother's Day is coming, we'll buy present for mommy. So that is their argument. That's their not anger.
That is for one person in particular. That's not for general.
Does he
general
want
men. Are you getting
material
it?
gift or emotional gift?
Good.
Something happened this last, so American Father's Day was Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, yes.
So on that Valentine's Day, a friend came to see me. And so whilst we were together, his son in America sent him a message, about 13 years old. And, sent, so something, happy Father's Day, I love you, Daddy. I love
Happy
you.
Valentine's Day.
The guy just went, don't tell me you love me. How can you tell me? Don't. I was like, hold on a second. Your son told you he loves you. That should not be a problem. This guy,
He has never felt love. He has never seen love.
no. So, I mean, he said, well, if this is, I said, no. Now that brings it down to few years down the line. I said, don't train this boy not to be able to express emotion.
Yes.
This is you, his father.
Yeah.
He's saying that I love you, Daddy. It was like, if it was just there to hug him and everything, that would have just been okay. And I said to him, now, if this was close up years down the line, you begin to complain.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
This is exactly the point I made, that you're expecting from what you've not built.
I just said you can't
There is
repent.
if there is a relationship, or if there was a relationship, I don't think he'll be overwhelmed by Daddy, I love
Yeah,
you.
because he has already made that foundation.
But this boy, trust me, for that boy to send that message, this is what he has been nurturing
in his
inside
heart.
of him.
You know,
And this is
that's
what
what
he
he
wants.
has-
Probably he has seen his friends exhibit that, and I want to do this with my dad.
And he's understanding
That is not it's to your loved ones. It's your loved ones.
So and I had to coach him that Valentine's Day. So once he was there, my daughter sent me this beautiful cake, very cute and everything. My daughter is not gay.
Exactly.
You understand? So he was like, it's okay if I get no.
No. You see how they reason. And this is why we celebrate her.
He said, why is this on Valentine's Day?
You can search on
I'm telling you, I want to send him this clip so he knows that I spoke about it.
On the
Dele.
On the long run, it's also good to celebrate our father.
It is. My dad was an amazing
Men
guy.
also deserve to be celebrated.
Oh yes, my dad was an
Because
amazing
most
guy.
often they don't get gifts. to be frank.
That's what
Most
they
often
are
they don't get
complaining
gifts
about.
either from their partner, from their children, or from their
And then even
colleague.
if they
You know,
give
So
sometimes
then
it's gonna
the
be
wives, the
innerwear.
partner, it's good to also celebrate them.
Yeah.
The
If
partner
you have
should
a
learn
father
to
alive,
train
you
them.
have an uncle alive, you have a
Yes.
good support system, you have a destiny helper.
That is a male,
That is a
yes.
male. Go out there to celebrate them. Look out for their big day, for their anniversary, celebrate them. And if you don't know any of this, their big day, anytime,
questions.
any day, please celebrate every good man in
That's
your life.
it. That's it.
Okay, we're going to go for a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation. Ayo just did a shout out to Dele. We would like to have the Dele in the studio, even though we don't accommodate men, but we would like to have him and see him when he was in.
Dele Adekule, this is for you. You're coming on the show.
Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please sit.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back. It's still Women in Conversation, WIC in short. We were talking about Mother's Day, and the continuation of the Mother's Day conversation has just begun. So Edith was saying something about celebrating men at all times. So I was going to come into talking about you celebrate the real men, not just the men
Exactly.
that fathered
Essential.
a child. You know,
Yes.
You mean
some men-
sperm donor?
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh, let's say the way it is. Let's say the way it is.
Celebrate the
The present
real men.
daddies.
Let's look at Tonto Dike
Okay.
as a case study here today.
All right.
Tonto calls herself
King.
King Tonto.
Yes.
Yes. And why did she do that? Because she said, okay, she stepped into the shoes of
The shoes
the
of
father.
the father
and
and
the
the mother.
Do you think it was right for her to have done that? I don't think Churchill decided not to take care of her son. It was her decision as at the time of breakup to take the child.
Can
And
I come
yes,
in there?
please come in there.
She has the right to be addressed whichever way she chooses to be addressed. She gave herself the name, and we don't have any reason not to accept it. We all have a way of celebrating ourselves. There are some things you are very good at in doing, and you have a way of, praising yourself. That is the way she feel like she should praise herself in that position that she has assumed as a father and a mother. You understand? She was doing a lot at a time. I understand you said it's not that the father of the child didn't really
As at
want
the time, yes.
to step in as a father to play his role. She blocked that angle, and she owned up to it. She has her reason, and she's entitled to her reasons. So if she decides to be called a King Toto, I think that's her decision. It fits her, it suits her, she likes it. We don't have any reason to query her. Why do you want to be called King Toto? That is who she chooses to be. And every other woman out there, we have some super single mothers. They also have a way of, celebrating themselves or praising themselves. You can see here a woman that will say, 3 in 1, I'm a superwoman. Are you getting it? Superwoman. How do Yoruba say it? Obirimeta. Yeah, that's some super women that also
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's some women that has also stepped in as a father and a mother at the same time. You have some single women that are she just trained one, but she's training one child. There are some single parents, single mothers that are training 3 children, 4. I know a single mother that single-handedly raised 3 grown-up graduates. What do you call that lady? If she choose to say, today I'm King Deborah, what will you call her? You say
Or
you're
decides to call herself Odogu.
Odogu. And
Not
you say,
Odogures.
yeah, Odogu. Okay.
There must have been a reason.
Thank you. If you choose to say, okay, today I'm the Odogress or I'm the Odogu, I'm Odogu Deborah, you say I'm not fit to be called Odogu Princess. I am Odogu Princess.
Okay.
Because I've been through some rough part and I survived it.
Odogu Princess. It's nice to have you on set today. Let's hear from you on Tonto Dike's issues.
All right. The thing is, due to what I have been through in life, I am not quick to judging people.
Thank you.
Truth be told, if we look deep, there must have been a reason why she gave herself that title. Honestly, let's be blunt. Some people call me a feminist, but I just like being honest. No woman will tell you, don't partake in the upbringing of your child. It's a heavy load.
It
I'm
is.
talking from experience. No woman would do that. If you want to, as a man, you know your responsibility as a man or as a father, not as a donor. I don't want to go raw, just as you said. Not as a donor. You know, this is my father role in the life of this child or these children.
Fatherly role.
You shouldn't be begged to do your fatherly role. And when it comes to a point where a woman tells the world she is the king, she took over everything, there must have been a
Speak volume.
smoke. There's a fire under.
Speak
Click it. Sweetie, what's your take on What's your take on Tonto DK?
I don't know much about her story.
Yeah.
I don't like to judge what I don't know.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, if she chooses to be king, is it because she's nurturing her child that makes her a king? It could be she's trying to say she's a boss lady in the Nollywood industry as well. So, it might not just be in reference to her bringing up her child.
Well, that's what she said.
That's what
It's
she
in
said.
reference of bringing up the child
Right,
by
so-
herself. Yeah.
So, bringing up a child.
At some point, she started wearing male clothes.
Yes.
When she's going, when the
There
child
was
is
one
doing
of the
it out,
Father's Day. She
Yes,
came as
yes.
when the
yes.
child has entire sports, anything to do in school, they need parents, she will dress with
As a man.
Yeah,
As a
that
man.
shiki should go. And Father's Day, she'll celebrate herself. You see it boils down to how we celebrate ourselves. She celebrates herself on Mother's Day. She celebrates herself on Father's Day. And this boy is still a little, he just clocked 10. So she does the celebration herself. How many men will come out to celebrate themselves?
Alright, so I like the fact that she's doing all of that, wearing the pants and everything. Yeah, some of us can be a bit dramatic.
Yeah, that's
and then
it.
some of
She
us
is.
are really like, you know what? I roll up my sleeves, hands on deck, boom. For the records, I had my child at 18 and a half. Single mother. My daughter today is 32 years old in June. And I give all praises to God Almighty, because she went to some of the best schools, from Vivian Fowler to studying abroad, Bristol University, Loughborough University, MBA certification, and all by myself. Now, should I now start wearing, blazers and everything too? No. But because that child from babyhood
Seen that you've
has
been
seen
there.
the
all
father and all of that. I said to you before now that my daughter would celebrate me on Father's Day.
Are you going to fault her
So-
for that?
so
She
I-
choose to.
You
Because
understand?
you deserve it.
Yeah, so I don't think that women should be overtly dramatic about certain things. In Yoruba, we say this: what you can change, you accept. What you can change. If that is the reality on ground for you, am I going to love myself less? I moved on. But the day I had my child, I made up my mind and I looked at my child and I said, this is meant to be a mess. But you know what? She is going to be a message.
Yeah, I like
And my
that.
daughter has turned out to be a message. I think you should celebrate the people around you. What you give, you get. Love goes around.
Only really be celebrated. You have to create that relationship.
Learn to celebrate the people around you. Learn to celebrate your wife. And learn to celebrate every of your little ones.
And so, my pretty women here have just left a message for the men. If you want to be celebrated, learn how to celebrate the people around you and celebrate yourself. You get what you give. I'm Patricia Uremu Gabriels.
ITV, certainly the best.
It's always an exciting time to have you join us on the program Heritage with yours sincerely, Oloije Oyihohai. Today on Heritage, we're all taking a ride down to Zambia to go see what they have for us on Heritage. Now, Zambia has a population of over 15 million people. So come along with me as we see Zambia traditional dances.
These are Zimbabwe traditional dancers, a beautiful people in a continent of Africa. Its capital city is Harare, and their main languages are Shona, spoken by over 79% of the population, and Ndebele, spoken by roughly 20%. English is the country lingua franca, used in government and business. In Zimbabwe, cultural heritage is a rich tapestry spanning millennia, featuring iconic dry stone architecture, ancient Sam rock art, and vibrant traditions from the Ndebele and others. Zimbabwe traditional dance is a vibrant, rhythmic, and deeply cultural art form, featuring styles like Jerusalema, Musungovo, and Mbende. These dances, often characterized by energetic movements and joyous celebration, are used for ceremonies, festivals, and social gatherings, playing a vital role in preserving the nation and cultural heritage. These dances, known for its sensual and neurobatic moves, accompanied and hand clapping, making it likely celebrations and the community enjoy the dance pattern. The dance represented a deep connection to spiritual ancestors. The dance is highly energetic, used to celebrate special events and occasion, is rooted in Zimbabwe community. These dances are performed during weddings, welcoming visitors, rituals, and national events to foster a sense of celebration.
I am from the Jebele tribes. I dance Isichirisha.
sure it certainly has been an exciting time today on Heritage, taking a trip down to Zambia to go look at Zambia traditional dances. So we'll be seeing again next week for another exciting time. Till then, do have yourself a blessed day. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
ọ̀dọ̀ yẹn àtọ́jú ọba àtọ́pẹ́. Ẹgbẹ̀túwà.
RTV, certainly the best.
Good morning, tech lovers. Yes, you're tuning into Tech Today, that one program where we discuss everything, anything technology, where we'll break it down to you in simple terms and we'll let you understand what we're talking about when it comes to the world of technology. Yes, my name is Momo Lawal, or you can call me Mr. Kankan, and you'll be correct. Today, we'll be diving into something that is changing the way we live, the way we work, and the way we learn. We talk about it every day. It's called AI chatbots, artificial intelligence chatbots. Yes, from the popular ChatGPT to Google Gemini to several other chatbots that we have out there. These smart assistants are helping Gen Zs, they're helping the millennials, they're helping everybody to create content, helping them to, small businesses run efficiently and also making everyday life easier. But now the question goes, are they really helping the future, or is this just a hype? Well, we're going to explore this today, and I have a guest today. Is a tech, I want to call him a tech guru, but then he's a back-end engineer, Alex Uche. Welcome to the program, brother.
Thank you for having me, Momo.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for joining us in the program. So, Alex, we're going to talk about this artificial intelligence chatbots, and but before we go into that, we're going to, talk about what is happening in the world of tech. We're going to share what we call the tech updates from the global perspective to what is happening here in Nigeria. Stay tuned for the next segment, which is called Tech Updates. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to the program. Yes, it's still Tech Today. And going straight into the Tech Update segment, we have first globally that robots are now smarter at working with humans. That's what Fujitsu is saying. So Fujitsu has introduced a new technology that allows robots to understand and predict human movements when working in the same space. So what this just simply means now, before now, we all know robots just follow instructions. But with this new system, robots can now sense what a human worker is about to do and adjust their actions, like it's slowing down or if the person is moving, aside. So why this is important for us to know is that with this new technology, it makes the workplace safer. You don't see a robot walking into a wall or just, going because you say move, it just moves. It now knows when to stop and not when to keep going. It reduces accidents in factories and in industries. This also shows that robots are being designed now to assist humans and not to replace them, for popular opinion. And also this means that this future of work is a collaboration and not competition. Alex, this tech update about robots, we all know what robots are before, and now we're having them now doing things like assisting their, and not just following instructions, but now becoming an assistant. What do you think about this update, brother?
For me, I think it's amazing.
Okay.
The fact you have somebody who understands you, a boss who understands you, who can even think for you. So it's amazing. It's a good one where
it's a good one.
It makes you active. It gives you insights. It lets you know what's happening, what's going to happen, and what has happened. All this together, sourcing all these informations, and you have it at your fingertips. It's amazing.
Thereby making life easier. All right. Next on the tech updates, we have global and experts are warning about AI, that is artificial intelligence, becoming too powerful. So over 800 experts, tech leaders and public figures worldwide are calling for a pause on developing artificial intelligence systems that could surpass human intelligence. So what is happening right now is that AI is getting smarter very, very fast. I believe you all know, because sometimes you think, before you think something is already even acting in that way, it even has sarcasm and all of that. Before people say AI could not have emotions, but now you'll be talking to your chatbot and it's even saying, come on, you're funny. And it's giving you all those emotions and you think you're interacting with a real human being. So experts now fear that if it becomes too powerful without proper rules, humans may struggle to control how it is being used. So AI already is affecting some jobs, and then social media, and we see some fake news flying around, and it's even affecting decision making. So what those 800 plus experts are saying is without regulation, proper regulation, it could be abused, and governments are being urged to act early. Alex, I think this is a wake-up call for governments and people around that use AI. So this update I think is a valid one, and it's a good one.
It is, and it's here to stay for us to actually regulate the AI, know what it's about, and then make sure it doesn't go overboard.
Yes,
it's a good one.
Imagine AI. I think I watched a episode on the series one time when you see the name of the series is Love, Death and Robots. Okay? So this AI chatbot now started overdoing the work. It was supposed to be a cleaner, a vacuum cleaner, but now it now started being a smart vacuum cleaner. And now started purging the house and purging the owner. So without regulations, we don't know where AI is going to go. So the message is very simple: AI progress must go hand in hand with safety and responsibility. Lastly, on the global tech updates, we have that McDonald's is using artificial intelligence to run its supply chain. So McDonald's has developed AI, artificial intelligence, to manage how food and supply move across its global outlets. So AI now helps McDonald's predict how much food customer will need, where it is needed, and when, so they don't overstock or run out. So this is something we should care about, and it's an update that we should know, because now it means that we'll have less food waste and faster services and lower costs, which can even help to stabilize prices. What do you imagine this, Alex, being brought into Nigeria here, and you see our food out? It seems you like food very well.
Exactly, my point. You know, if this is being brought to Nigeria space, you know, it will cut down a lot of wasteful resources.
I agree, bro.
Where you get to know how much it's being. But for example, you have to employ an accountant who has to know how much you need to manage. But with this sort of AI, it gives you everything. You need this amount for today. We use X amount tomorrow. And then it's all wrapped up. And
people don't there's no food wastage anymore.
Exactly. Cut off labor, so many things.
It's cut out.
It's cut out.
AI is really helping the world. Now, going local now, the tech updates happening here in Nigeria. First, we have Nigeria's approved satellite internet companies. So Nigeria has approved satellite license for companies like Amazon's Project Cooper to provide internet services. So what this simply means is that instead of relying only on cable, that's fiber cables, optical cables and all of that, or network masts, internet can now be sent directly from satellites in space. We have one, like I think Starlink does that. Starlink. So yeah, this means you have better internet in rural areas and remote areas that don't have masts that's up to that area.
Exactly.
You have support online. This can also support online education and also encourage remote jobs. And also, it can also boost Nigeria's digital economy. Alex, I think this is a welcoming one. This is a good tech update from Nigeria.
I really, really appreciate the Nigerian tech team. I really like the tech experts for actually bringing this around, because it's a good one. If this stays in our internet, you know how much we use the internet daily. You know our issues with our internet.
So people are streaming us right now within the internet.
Exactly. So you know how it is. Bringing the Starlink, and you know others will come in. It's a competition, and then we get it right.
Yeah, I agree. We'll get it right, and then we'll now bridge the gap of how people can access the internet. People in the rural areas especially can have these services right in their doorstep, because it's just to access the satellites. Next on the tech update locally, we have Nigeria takes action against abusive loan apps. So there are new regulations that have been introduced to control digital lending platforms, especially these loan apps that, you know, harass borrowers. So now, what this simply means is that loan apps can no longer shame users. They cannot send threats or contact families and friends aggressively over unpaid loans. So this is Alex, I don't think have you ever experienced something like this before?
Not directly.
Okay. It will not be directly.
We're on the internet and we see what happens.
Okay,
people lashing out on people.
Yeah.
And now with all this AI, you see that it cannot just come in.
You see that they tell you that they call their friend to tell them that their friend is owing them money, blah, 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 use their name as collateral, which is just lies.
Family and friends.
And they now know that you borrowed money from a loan app.
We even heard at the time, one time, some loan app would take videos or pictures of some their users
and start sharing
it online.
That's breach of privacy. Now, why is this very important for us as a tech hub basis? Because this protects the user's dignity and privacy, like what Alex just shared. It also encourages fair lending practices, and also it builds trust in the Nigeria fintech space. It's a good one. I think it's a good one, and I'm enjoying this tech update. So technology, of course, should solve problems, not create new ones. Lastly, on the tech update segment, before we get into our topic of today, Nigeria pushes for a unified AI strategy. So the Nigerian Communications Minister has called for a national and African-wide plan on how AI should be developed and used, similar to what what they're calling out in the global scene. Yeah. So instead of scattered efforts around, Nigeria wants a clear roadmap on artificial intelligence. They want to know how it's being built, how it is being regulated and applied across different sectors. So, Alex, this is a talk update that I think we said similar thing globally, and I was saying it now that the NCC is now,
putting it in Nigeria. I really want to thank the NCC for actually bringing this, or should I say foresight, for bringing this in Nigeria, trying to regulate how this goes.
Because we see a lot of things happen to social media nowadays. You don't even know what is real and what is fake nowadays. People just use it anyhow.
Nobody to regulate these things. If you see what you believe and you go and spread false rule, that's how it is. So we need to actually have these regulations to know once somebody who comes up with a fake AI information, it's out there. This is AI too. This is not real. This is AI.
Yeah. So yeah, like Alex is just saying, this will really help Nigeria startup, compete globally, and also prevents the misuse of AI. And also, I think it also positions Nigeria as a tech leader in Africa. So countries now without an AI plan risk, and they're falling behind in this global tech race. Now we're going to short break, and we'll come into the topic of today, which is talking about artificial intelligence chatbots. We're going to tell you different chatbots, and maybe just divert your mind away from the one you think you already know, and give you other options and tell you how you can work with them with your different businesses out there. Don't go nowhere. Still Tech Today on Independent Television. Welcome back to the program. It's Still Tech Today. Yes, we just introduced the topic properly, artificial intelligence chatbots. We know AI is no longer a future talk right now. It's currently in our phones. We use it every day in our businesses, and we use it in our classroom, anywhere, workplace, and all of that. So from different chatbots out there, we have the ChatGPT, to Google's Gemini, to Meta AI chatbots, and even different fintech companies, banks are also using different chatbots to make customer service easier. So this is becoming an everyday tool. And today on Tech Today, we are going to compare popular AI chatbots and how they work, and even why they matter to the Gen Zs, to the SMEs, and to everyday users out there. So Alex, I told you he's a backend engineer, I want to call him a tech guru. So Alex, which of these AI chatbots, which of them have you used before, and which of them do you currently use, and why?
So we all know the famous ChatGPT.
Of course, yes, man.
So I wouldn't say I used it, but my favorite is the Gemini AI.
Oh, why is it your favorite?
Because of it brings out ideas into picture. I don't have to pay a videographer or a cinematographer or a video editor. All I need is give this prompt to this Gemini. work on it.
So you use it basically to, bring ideas into picture.
Exactly.
Oh.
Whatever I write, whatever
prompt.
we talk about now, I go into it, create a prompt for it, and then I can bring that out.
So people that want to do flyers, people that want to just put things out there.
People who have businesses. I would actually want them to key into this Gemini AI.
Gemini.
People who are into graphics, people who want to go deep into graphics, use key into Gemini. It gives you an idea. It's just like what we said earlier. When you create an idea, and this bot understands your idea and refurbishes for you, it gives you different options. And then you, on your own as human, you know how to weigh them. So that's my best for Gemini.
I think I also like using if I don't use ChatGPT, obvious ChatGPT, I also use DeepSeek. I use DeepSeek sometimes because when I really want to, except when it has to do with a lot of maybe engineering things, I want to maybe do some codings and I want to also create a small program, a small software just to, or maybe we have this automation nowadays. I like automating some of my things. If this happens, then do this like this. I learned how to I was exploring DeepSeek, asking questions, and I learned how to, I can now apply for a job by just filling a Google form.
Sure.
Yeah. The prompt will just help me to just do that for me, and he will send an email to the recruiter for me, and he would send my CV tailored in that manner.
Thank you.
He would send a cover letter tailored in that manner too, and it just makes life so easy. When you go back and see it, you'll be like, oh, good.
All you have to do is look over it.
So don't just sleep on ChatGPT all the time and thinking, that's all I know about using different chatbots. So AI chatbots, they are softwares that are trained to understand and respond like humans. Okay, so they help you with writing, they help you with researching, customer service, learning, and doing a lot of creativity. Just like Alex said, sharing that you can just make a prompt out there, and from that prompt you get a picture of what is just an image of what is saying. So now, why do you think these chatbots are booming? Why do you think people are now falling into this chatbot now?
So for me, I know one thing about the chatbot is it's an assistant.
But then people will argue that we have Google. Why don't they use Google searches anymore? They want to use AI chatbot.
And I will explain to you.
Okay.
I can go and upload any information on Google.
Okay.
But I cannot upload on ChatGPT. ChatGPT can go on Google and pick the best from Google. ChatGPT can go to what's the other search engines, Bing and all. Pick what I need because of the prompts I've given my bot, the AI. So for Copilot, I use Copilot as well.
Oh yeah.
So most times when I use Copilot, and I want to if it involves coding or anything, once you use Copilot on GitHub, it tells you, oh, this is the best solution. You can use this channel A or this channel B. You don't have to do with coding. All you do is look at what you're going to arrive at, and once you get to that point, So one thing, if we rely solely on ChatGPTs or AIs, you cannot get your finished product.
Because I have a problem that I feel in the future, I'm scared that these AI chatbots, whether GPT and all of that, will not make humans think for themselves.
So if you see it that way, what you said is correct. But if you want to learn, you are the one giving the prompts to the AI. So you tailor the prompt to what you want. That's you working.
But yes, I'm saying that, for example, people will now become so lazy. They always go and tell them, draft a mail saying I'm not going to come to work tomorrow. The next 2 weeks, draft a mail saying I'm not going to come to work tomorrow. Same prompt, maybe just tweak a little bit, maybe say I'm sick today. But people may not learn to just know how to draft a mail in that. Now I can now know that I can tell myself, I can tell if this is an AI generated mail.
Obviously, we
or
should
if
know. Because we're in the tech space, you should know that.
Yeah, I can
but
tell.
I know that for some other persons out there, they wouldn't know if this is
Some persons, I think one time I got a mail where the person even forgot to remove what GPT said.
And all
yes, a refined version of this, and don't do that, please.
For the lazy ones, they will always be caught. But one thing I know about this, once you do this, you take your time and read what is given before you send it out. If you send the mail and say, oh, ChatGPT, let me send the mail to my manager, I'm not going to come today, I'm feeling sick. You still have the objective to read that mail and understand, tailor it to a way it suits your boss. Sometimes we tell chats, can you reply this as a human?
Yes. And do you know that it replies it, you now seem as if it's No, I will tell you, don't be so AI-ish.
Thank you.
Be human, and it just gives you a different response, and then you say, wow.
So sometimes when it gives you this answer and you read it, you learn from it. But when people just copy and paste it, that's the issue you're talking about now.
So let's bring it to Gen Zs now, because I know they use it more than we do.
Sure.
Because some of us don't even want to go there, the millennials and all of that,
Yeah.
but they use it more than we do. Now, how can this help them? Many of them are still in university, help them with their homework. How would they help them? Because some of them want to just, while they're doing their studies, they want to also create content. So how do you think this can help them create content and even help them after leaving university for their career growth? And also, what are the warnings or the signs they need to avoid whilst using this ChatGPT, this chatbots?
First of all, I advise every Gen Z out there to see this AI chatbot or whatever this AI chatbot as a researching tool. Don't just sit and relax. This is my assistant that does everything. Yes, it's your assistant, but it does your research for you. It's part of the research process. You do this, you go and find out that, oh, this is what's happening, and then you come again and understand. For example, you said something about content creation. I want to create content about tech. I go to ChatGPT and ask, what's up? What's the update on tech? What's this? It gives me, I cannot just come and take whatever chat gives me.
Yeah.
I go myself, I understand it. It's point of us reading it. We ought to read whatever chat gives us. And I will tell you, the chat is not always correct.
It's not always correct. And they won't tell, they put a disclaimer out there. That's what you have to know. I think prompt engineering is something that people need to know how to prompt, tailor your prompts to this particular thing you're looking out for, and don't be so generic. Yeah. Now let's move to the entrepreneurs, the SMEs. How would you think using this AI chatbot will help them in their business, assuming they are, they are for customer support or for their social media, managing social media, or they are, pushing their content out there or advertisements, and also helping them for maybe their business plan or proposals, or how do you think this AI chatbot?
I'll come from the customer experience side, customer service aspect, because it's very, very good tool for that.
Okay.
You have a business, you're not available 24/7, but with that bot set on your website, it answers your customers for you. It gives people, if Momo is into, let's say, Momo has this airline services.
Okay.
And Momo is traveling in Belgium now, and I want to book for a flight for myself. I reach out to Momo, and the bot will help me because of the prompt you've given your bot.
Yeah.
He sets my flight for me, gives me the exact prices, and then it makes it easy. That's for your business.
Yes.
Now, for, let's say, small customer success business, I don't want to start mentioning brands.
No,
let's say you have your business right now, and then your customers, there's a glitch somewhere. Your customers are furious online, texting, hi, this is not working, this is not working. The bot is there to help them know that. Though we know Nigerians, I will tell you, we are not patient with the bot. But once you arrange your bot in a way, it lets them know that this is the issue and this is what you should do to troubleshoot.
Yeah.
So once you troubleshoot, your problem is half solved. You know what's happening. So that's why I feel for every business, there are different parts where this AI tool is very important.
Yeah.
If you don't use it for your graphics, use it for accounting, use it for different aspects.
Use it to plan your business, use it to even save money and save time. Use it for, like Alex said, customer service automation, just answering people. Even WhatsApp, use it for WhatsApp businesses to say, hi there, this is so and so business, I'm not available right now, leave this message. People now go further to even engage in, following up on that. You say, okay, what do you want to buy? I want to purchase 3 bags of this and that. Okay, how many quantity, where are you located? And it helps you, and it works 2/7. It's already there, so you don't have to be awake all the time to reply these messages. Now let's talk about the risk, the ethics and limitations that we'll have. People talk about this privacy issue and all of that in AI. Okay. So how are you using AI chatbots? So let's talk about that. How do you think we can manage this privacy concerns, data privacy concerns, and the popular thought of that AI would replace humans and replace human thinking? Or the human's creativity per se.
That creativity part about us humans, AI can never take that away from us. I keep saying that because you give these instructions to the AI. The AI cannot work without any human. You prompt this AI. So if I want my AI to work for me this way, I tell him, I want you to be this for me. I want this result in this route. It does that for you. Then it brings out other options, more for you to choose.
Okay.
So I don't see AI. I see that for those who are weak and those who are lazy, let me use lazy, it might affect them.
Okay.
But
What
those,
about for data privacy concerns?
so now when it comes to this data, I see it as a good one because with AI, I cannot share some of my data.
Okay. What kind of data are you not going to be able to share? Let's enlighten our viewers out there that what they shouldn't share on using these chatbots.
Anything that has to do with privacy, anything that has to do with your personal life, you don't tell ChatGPT these are your hobbies or this is who I am. You don't go and explain yourself. You don't give the chat your bio. Don't go and start telling your chat, oh, my name is this, I'm from this. That information is too much to give out.
So persons may want to argue and say they are telling that so that they can the AI response can be tailored exactly for them.
But that information is out there in the open now.
But nothing out there can be secret. Even when you take a picture out there and say I'm right here in Texas or I'm right here in New Benin Market, it's already out there uploaded in the internet.
As soon as you post something and say, hi, I'm down here.
No matter even if you delete it,
it's still there.
It's still there.
Even on your phone. Even if you delete it on your phone, I can still get it on your phone.
But at least people should know that AI is a tool and it is not a master. So you control it. Don't let it control you.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, wrapping up on this interesting conversation, I want to ask you this question. Okay. Would you trust AI to run your business for you?
101%.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You would just trust AI to run a business for you?
I would give my AI my prompts, monitor it, and let it run it for me.
And you think it will make a mistake to do something you don't want?
It won't make, it would make mistakes, but one thing is I get to correct that and it doesn't happen again. Because once you set a prompt for an AI, I will take you to chat, customer service again, respond on this gambling, respond to this. It cannot make mistakes. AI cannot take an answer for something else to drop another thing.
Yeah, actually. So, although there was a time I was in ChatGPT, he made a mistake about a particular figure when I was calculating, and I was like, why did you make this mistake and all of that? He said, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I thought you wrote it as this,
exactly.
and he explained why the mistake happened, and then I was like, don't do that again. Always cross-check, double-check before you give me a response. And he said, moving forward, and he stored it in my memory, that I would like that. So wrapping up on the program, for those who don't really use all these chatbots, what is your last word? What are your final words to tell them all about? That I've not used chatbot before, and maybe they are using only one particular chatbot and they don't use any of this that I just mentioned.
The world is evolving. I don't want any of you to be left out. We have to use these tools. These are meant for us. We started this thing started as little as text. Now the AI is everywhere. We have bots.
Yeah.
We need to use remotes to do things. Now it's just by saying your voice command and then things are moving. So how long would you wait? All we have to do right now is get along with this, join the band, use it and be beneficial, get productive with these things. Before you go and call someone and say, I want you to come and help me do this, the bot has done this for you. The AI tool is already ready at your beck and call. All you need is a phone, a smart internet, and then you are good. So for those of you out there, I don't want you to sleep on it. Go into this thing. Whatever issues you are having, ask your bot and see. It will give you an insight. Then from there, you can start solving your problem.
Thank you very much. I did not want you to even stop giving that advice out there. Yes, it's been Tech Today. Thank you very much, Alex, for joining us on this program. Yes, I want to just end by saying that AI chatbots are not here to replace humans, but they are here to assist humans. So the real advantage out there is, like Alex shared, is knowing how to use them wisely. So whether you're a Gen Z, you're a business owner, or just curious about this, or just watching the program for the first time, AI is now part of your world. So those who understand AI today will lead tomorrow. So before we leave the studio, I want you to know that we do this also on radio on Monday by 8:30 p.m. till 9 p.m. Every Monday is on radio, 92.3 FM, Independent Radio. So thank you, Alex, once more for coming to the program. I really appreciate your time. Thank you. We'll be seeing more of you again.
Surely.
All right. So I always know that in this world of artificial intelligence, in the world of technology, it's good to stay curious, stay connected, and stay very informed. Until next week, my name is Momo Lawal. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
Ọ̀hìá bóta náà gí bóta wíṣẹ́ ẹni wọn ẹ̀ ẹni máa gbàkàndé náà náà wọ èrùn wọ irun wọ́n ní máa gbàkà ọ̀rẹ́dẹ́ máa tẹ́mẹ́ dẹ́ Victor Bisugbe ni máa gbàgbàkà ẹ̀mẹ́ náà ọ̀tọ́ wọn bókè yẹn.
ẹ̀ẹ́dùnẹ́wù wàdùnẹ́wù zọmù èrùn màá gùn àkàn náà ẹ̀mí èrùn náà èmi náà kó ẹ̀ẹ́wà náà ohun náà máa ẹ̀háyà léhùn òsàrẹ́bù àná fún ẹ̀gbọ́n mahia ọba àtọ́pẹ́.
Iṣẹ́ mẹ́ ọ̀sán ọ̀bọ̀sẹ̀ ń gé níbi ẹ̀ o lórí ẹ̀dọ́gba yàn ká ẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ dòyà fẹ́rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ dò tó wà yà o ẹ̀yà bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀ nìrí òun wá kìnìrí sí òsà ló bọ̀ àwọn owó dùn ọbẹ̀ yọ ọbẹ̀ tó hàn nọ́gí ìgbéràn wà yà fẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀wà ní da èyí máa yà fẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀rẹ̀ ni màtá nọ manọ lọ́ọ̀ náà rí ẹ̀yù wà ríọ́ ní náà gbánẹ̀ wò náà kátíkátí àríọ́bànà lọ́wọ́ náà láti gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀tì ọ̀rẹ́ òpẹ́wòlò sábàánà jẹ náà rí èyí sí yọ òyàn náà yà dọ̀lẹ̀ wò náà yìí èyí ọ̀rẹ́ náà ní ẹ̀ ọbẹ̀ dóyà fẹ́rẹ́ ọgbà ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ dóyà fẹ́rẹ́ sábàánà jẹ tọ̀nà jẹ pẹ̀ náà gé ìnà má rárí ẹ̀gbọ́ àní mànìwé gáì kí mànìwé gáì yà fẹ́rẹ́ èyí nà má rìnà má ọ̀rọ̀ àdì màrí ọ̀yà ọba àtọ́pẹ́ ọ̀tẹ̀mẹ́ ẹ̀rìn máa gbà kánà ọ̀rẹ́ èrùn bọ̀ èrùn nebùtẹ̀ pírẹ́yà èrùn ọmásẹ̀ ní afẹ́ àìrí ni èrùn ọmásẹ̀ èrùn wọn ṣe èrùn náà níwọ̀n ẹ̀ gbénà yà rẹ̀ ẹ̀ gbénà sàrọ́bọ̀ yà màmá ẹ̀ ó ní ọ̀pá náà ẹ̀rọ èrùn kéwà àṣẹ ọwọ́ wọn nágbọ̀n lùsọ̀ ọgbà rí ènà wá lọ́yà àgùn ẹ̀báìbọ̀ ni màá rí ní ehun ẹ̀yà fífẹ́ rẹ̀ ìyẹn rẹ̀ rọ̀ ǹdàwùsọ̀ àná dé màá rí gún aká ẹ̀yìn náà yẹn sípa ehun màá gún aká ẹ̀ nà ehun kéwà ó dọ́wé sí nọ́pì àgbẹ̀ nùgbà àwọn àgbẹ̀ nà ó gbẹ̀ nà yàwó ìnà má ó pààlọ́ ba ẹsẹ̀ sẹ́mẹ̀sì ehun àyà rẹ̀ nẹ̀hó rẹ̀ dọ̀ ẹ̀yọ̀ ehun náà ẹ̀kìnàdó ehun náà náà dó ẹ̀kìnàdó ẹ̀yẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀kí ọmọ náà ẹ̀kí ìwé náà ẹ̀kí ìnáwóyákí ìwẹ̀mú ẹ̀ ehun àyàdóyàfẹ́ ehun ọ̀sẹ̀ mi yàrá gbẹ̀dàgbọ̀n wọn náà ìmọ̀ àyà máa ẹ̀ òdẹ́ yàfẹ́ rẹ̀ lọ ehun sábà ìjà tiyẹn ni mà ehun ọ̀pàṣẹ tíya ìfẹ́ wòríà ehun ẹ̀ máa gbọ́ akánà ẹni wọn ẹ̀ ẹbí bóta rẹ̀ dẹ̀ náà ẹ̀ ọ̀tẹ̀wọ̀n Victor Bisugbe ehun.
bàbá abẹ́wà ó ehun ọwọ́ ehun musa ọ̀pìà náà yà gbòdẹ ehun náà má pàtàkì ẹ̀ẹ́wà ní nígbà ọwọ́ ehun ràmùdíà ní yòókù tọ́bùn ọ̀pìà ọ̀ràmùdíà náà rẹ̀ dẹ̀ tọ́bùn ràmù ehun náà àṣẹ lùsàlóbù ayé nìdọ́wọ́ àdọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yìn nù wà nù ẹ̀rù dẹ̀nà gbáẹ́ wọ́n náà ń sàmúhù bá mẹ́zẹ̀ ehun ràmùdíà ní yòókù tọ́bùn ọ̀pìà ràmùdíà náà rẹ̀ dẹ̀ tọ́bùn ràmù zẹ́bí ní kárìtà ẹ̀bọ́n ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ máa nù mẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀nù mọ́ni ehun àyà nẹ̀ni ehun ẹ̀yà nù sàlóbù ayé ọmọ ẹ̀pá kẹ̀kẹ́ wà pàgọ́ wà tí o sàlóbù dérí ẹ̀ ọ́ náà mẹ́ tó di gbọ́ ẹ̀hún ehun wọ́n yìí ní ẹ̀ bàbá wọ́n náà mẹ́ ehun ọ̀kẹ́yà èmi nọ́kẹ́kẹ́ nira ọ̀yà àásùlẹ̀ mu ọ̀kẹ́kẹ́ iye ọ̀yà àásùlẹ̀ mu mímà má bẹ̀ yẹ ehun má bẹ̀ yà àásùlẹ̀ gbé náà dè ní wẹ́ èrè màgbà lọ ọmọ ẹ̀ sì máa ọ̀bọ ehun náà nà wà á tán náà ase no kwa oruwehu hu da we na una gwehu na na eni rire lowo mo ko la mo to unehu sarebwa sumere urigbo unehu ege ya gba kere odugbo uri eki kiniri na noro egun emi ehun no kwa ewa no mami o ma nenehu oye wo ma no ma ebe na aya nne osalobua iri he ora be ikefe iwe iwe eboru iga oye no ya nu he wa yo sawebo we be mi eni wo ma sawebo ofa fi o ma fi gbe o wi digwo nehu o wi no ebo na do wo na me ebo na do wo na me onye wa iri ane ihu yi eru magbe hu da we o ma nenehu esu eyino onwene nehu esu mami osalobo na ye no ama radio ni mahara igbo na ga nehu ni mami ke na mi de ko de na ya no yin bebo na ba ti ari ga nehu ni ke na su na oba to pe
ise anyone wa da no tai o we ke lo de ya de ehun ana aya si wa ele wo pana ya nehu eni wa ehun o wi se ni ya fe ehun o e mata mo salobo ya wure ya fe so pa ka won le won yo eyin enu oro ni we orione ehun oriono o bere so pa ase no le lekan abege aneru yeri emi na do duna owe duna tora duna ni maya o duna eru no emi ri aso boy ya fe ni ya ma won ewo modo a uro wodo mami mo bia donu yaru eru ya so gbewe uno ko mami mo amo se tin ne koko wa ya we eru no ehunu we ri aye uneru yonu kuni ya ma se asemi gele ale ne woni kia ekina dona ro ni kata si we ya pa wo wa pa oniru bo no wa ye eyi we ya una bo idomia ni wa domia na o so lo bo so lo godua bo se na yo mi gbe bo ti go ni we leru na me we afiwori ra re dagbon enu aya mo agbon erun eri mayi maya mo agbon ohun no ha ma oneru ni ebi ni emi mo ni emi hu eyo da fun ye lori nane omo ni la rewan ana bi omo ni ne erun oni aya ye ya na eden ma zo omo pe di yan ma zo mo redo na ya he ni erun no erun ke ai no we gbese no le ma ya fe ya de won wa do hin ona nerun erun nu gbese se uda erunye dagiva ema uwame noma dagiva we erunuriana osalo bakoyo weyeya wewu modanu ya be erun kerun nuna be dagbe wewe nehu keloya mmeke na biye nu emi na da uwa mi na da neyese erun eya keni wa ehun aya legbo aya logo ehun o so lo gbaji lori kata na we bible ya fe ehun no ehun ni ara kha se tayo ehun e ma uza lo de ma gwa ta mi no yen so pa be ehun wa khine ewo bo khine eten bo khine moni ro webe we wa khine obu ene ro wa yan re webo wa ti go na le ru ge eni ehun ni o se ke ni aye we wa ma wa ni mo ro bo ya fe ya dun ge ni wa no we no ka ori we du ge o salo ba di gbe yin ni ka no ge mo ni yo no re a ugbo na a ogo na a tu we ha ri eki na la moto ari eki na la moto ari he ehun no ima ho na yu ware we ke mu ye le jagbima o ke polo sisense ye ko wa ta leru so pe ihun nese ọ̀rẹ́rọ̀ ọ̀nà ìwé wúwo ẹ̀yà gbọ́ wọn à òwe ọ̀pẹ́ àríọ̀sí òde òwe tẹ̀sí wa ebi sọ̀mẹ̀tì sọ̀nù òwà lẹ́nu ìwọ ẹ̀yà gbọ́ déwọ̀n máa ní máa ń ìnáwó ẹ̀rẹ́ ọmọ àwọn òkú ọ̀nà ọ̀rùn ìwé dàrá èyí ráre ọ̀ìmẹ̀ ọ̀ìfúfùà ehun magua kana ni wa gbogbo akewudẹ wa sọn kewa va wuteri wa ye gbèsè wa sọ yóò kan hun ọwọ ẹrẹ tó sàlóbọ a gbèsè yóò bọ yọ ọmìnira o ọ̀nà ìlú yọ kiri wa ye wọ́n sọ náà wẹ́ ní ìwà ye ni yẹ ṣe ní ayọ̀ ìgbé náà ọ̀rà mi wá sẹ́tì mi ìwà ye ni yé náà àwọn tó pọ̀ sàlóbọ wẹ yẹ sẹ́tì mi ìwà ye náà àwọn ọ̀nà fi ìwà ye ni nẹ́ wẹ yẹ zẹ́ yẹ mi ìwà ye àríọ̀bá náà ní ọjọ́ wọn mi wó owó ìbèrú yé náà ní ọjọ́ wọn yé bé ìbèrú rẹ ní ọjọ́ wọn mẹtísà rẹ tá máa wọn mara rìn ní oyé wọn ó lé ní ọgbọ́n rẹ rárán rẹ èrò wọn ọrí dìgbàsẹ ìgbé wọn yàfẹ àìní ọ̀wà nẹ́rẹ̀ hùn òun wọn èrò òun ọ̀wà ayé ẹ̀rẹ̀ gbé wọn ọ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀ bízùgbé.
wọ́n ní wá ìlú kàn án ehu ẹ̀ẹ́dígbàsẹ́ ìní yá fẹ́fẹ́fẹ́ òhun ìtagbọ̀n náà ọmọ ní ehu ìwé ọmọ ní ọyọ ọmọ ní máa dùn ọmọ ní rírà àgbọ̀n náà ní ehu ẹ̀ẹ́dígbò kàn ní ọmọ akọ̀ wọn yàrá ẹ̀ ò bọ́ tí ó wẹ̀ lélẹ̀ ehu ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ tí náà mọ́ ehu ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ńlá náà mọ́ ehu ọ̀sùn ọmọ adẹ òjẹ̀nà wà bóyá ehu wọn yá sùn ọmọ ahẹ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ wẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀wẹ̀ ẹ̀nà ọ̀mà ni kẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ ìrọ̀rùn àníwẹ̀ ẹ̀nẹ́rù gíẹ̀nì ìyẹn kòkòrò ìnàkùgbé lọ́mẹ̀kẹ́ náà dé lúfíẹ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ wẹ́ ẹ̀rù náà àrùn kan ẹ̀ẹ́nù ẹ̀rù wọn wọ́n wọ́n kọ́ ẹ̀rù ẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ́ ó sàbọ̀ àgbàgbọ́ yọ ọ̀wọ́ òkọ́ ọ̀nà àmẹ́rù ọ̀gá sí yóò dàn ọwọ́ ẹ̀sà àrẹ́pàá pè mí ènìyàn ní ẹ̀yà dún sísí ní ẹ̀yà dé ẹ̀yà gbọ̀ wọ́n ó sọ àrẹ́pàá pè mí ènìyàn a máa ìwé tọ́ ní ẹ̀yà dún ẹ̀ ó sísí ni ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ tọ́ àgbọn náà ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀bọ̀ ní ìsàlọ́pàá lè tì í yọ wẹ́ èèwọ̀n ọmọ òkọ ọwọ́ ìmọ̀ kàkà bọ́ wá sí oníyè lórí họ ọ̀nà wẹ́ the prayer of a wicked person is an abomination. Ìyẹn wò ni ẹ̀hún wá sí àlébò ìyẹn dédé wò ni ẹ̀hún ọ̀nì ọ̀sí ẹ̀nà amẹ́wẹ́ orí ni ọma ẹ̀ ayáléhùn èyí ni ọma ẹ̀ ọ̀ lè lè hùn kíá tí èhùn ọ̀hẹ̀hẹ̀ bò ọ̀hẹ̀hùn tù ọ̀hẹ̀hùn wá tọ́ọ̀dì àìmọ́ ọ̀tún wà mú ọ̀yẹ̀ gbéra mi náà má èyí ni ehùn yé ọ̀dígbàgbé ọ̀ma kọ̀ wọn náà rà wọ̀ ni ọ̀nà ya n'ehu èmi ni ya gbìyàn ọ̀ àgbìyàn ni máa mọ̀ wà ní n'ehu ó yọ ọ̀nà máa ń wẹ òsàrọ̀ wúdà ọ̀sàrọ̀ bọ̀ ayé ẹ̀wẹ̀ ya n'ehu náà yà ní èyí kéwì ní wọn kọ́ mọ́ wíyẹn ìgò àlọ́ ehu tí yìí kìn abẹ́ hó ehu àmì ẹ̀wò bọ́lú wà dá yìí wọ ọ̀nà ehu ńgbà hó ọ̀nà hìyàn èmi kéwì ní wẹ̀ ń tà ní ọlọ́run gbogbo òyìnbó orí ọ̀nà ọmọnú yàtà ni ọfún ìrọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣẹ̀dá gbòmù ṣàrẹ́bọ̀ nọ́mùdí akímọ̀ ní wọ́n yẹ̀ tí ìrì ìwé ìgbónímọ̀ ni màá tẹ̀ tí yàrá lẹ́hùn ọba àtọ́pẹ́.
iṣẹ́ ẹ̀mú ẹ̀màgbọ́n aka níwọ̀n ẹ̀ wẹ̀rọ̀dà ọ̀rẹ́ ànàbí rẹ̀ náà wà ní ìhùn rẹ̀ bí òyìnbó ní ìhùn yí wọ́n máa sọ ọ̀bọ náà ó sì ní ìhùn ní máa sẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ wẹ́nu à egbò wẹ́nu à wọ́n ní ìhùn yìí pa ní ìhùn yọ̀pa gbèsò wá ìpè àwọn ìhùn yọ ọmọdé yọ ìhùn ní dèkè ńláńlá dùnwànú mọ̀bọ́ wà náà gé òsàlọ́gbọ́ àsàlùdájọ́ òsàlọ́kọ̀ yọ lẹ́nu wọ́n ní ìhùn ní gé ní ọmọ dé yọ ẹ̀nà ọ̀sẹ̀ má so ní ẹ̀zẹ̀ nínú ọmọ ọ̀hún ẹ̀rì ọwọ́ bò ọ̀yà àfíà ọ̀yà àrùjẹ́sì ọ̀yà àrùyà nílé sìnàzọ́ ni ọmọ pàmò kọ̀kọ́ ọmọ ìwé wọ́ọ̀rù wa wàwẹ́ mina be ematon era awera ukure eya de no va ehun yewina ehun na ba ehun ni o ma ehun ni we ni munani ori oni no ro no gwe de kino ri eri ade we na ba ma da no ri dada wa ehun ni o hasea ehun ke ti no kwa nya oho ehun da oho epo ewo iye bu iye le to hunda uzaro de ma gwa kan he hunda ehun wewu ni nyeru ni e ma de yin ni ma uto mero no we ala oda ero no ma da no we da da de vai e no ma pa ma e fo wa mo bai e ma e no sunu yi umoge bai gbesa ya mo ye gan yo o ye ma pa ma e fa ya yewere gani ehun yewere na owodua ni ye na iro pa e fa wa de ma suwe ni ladia ogbe so mi e te ladia ni mo ge bai ya wulo ni ehun ni wa ehun iwe gbe ra e we gbi ma na e wa na gbon ero mi o ma ni won ri o ehun wa na ge ya osarebo ari e afian gbe won wa re ro lowo ma ehun o re so ma wo eyowe wa re fe ru wa anenu ni ye bige we ula moto no a uye we ka o de no a uye ogbo no a aifie eto ani no no ye pe afie gbe we a we guane ukoka uke tomatoes uke ya uye we nenu èyí susẹ́ una ọ̀sàlógbàna ọgẹ̀ máa wọn ehun orí pọ̀lọ̀sẹ̀ rí gbímá ní mànágbọ̀n náṣẹ́ tí ní ọ̀rọ̀ ayé ọmọ ẹwẹ́ gbé sọ́ọ́nà ọmọ ẹ̀wọ̀n ehun wọ́n ní àyè ìwọ̀n ọ̀sàlógbàna ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹ̀ àṣẹ tí ní ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹ̀ èyí ọ̀ma ẹ̀rọ ọ̀sàlógbàna ehun yìí náà yà agbára náà dàgbọ̀n náà yà agbára náà ẹ̀wọ̀n náà yé ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà yé náà á ní ehun náà máa we nego state ye ka ni ru normal e ma ya fe ni gi mo ene ta la o da o la re o tun e ye ka bon ni ehun awa ehun I setting ka we ehun ye e me ye boro yi eni ke mi lo po awu ke mo hu ehun na o wa o ka wo o won no gwa na ehun eu salu bo awisu o no go anehu e timo na ya so we ewu no ma e sahi ni ma ehun na e ma ya se ti ya di ai ni ma re ya di agbi ma ni ma re ya di ai mo ni ma re ya iwu emi na ya wo bo salu bo a ta bo ni bo salu bo a wa nehu o le no ma pado ka we iyibo pa ehun na yibo o ma ni wa to ni kekan èmi náà me yo bo wa ehun era gbo eri ke yin de èmi ke mi na wa ohun ta gbo ni afefe ehun na o kawo ehun na am ko down where I mo ehun ni ko down o sáré bo si afian gbe o ye nu o you to me o ye nu o ya allow down o ye nu o you money o ye nu ku we kere mo ke wa me e dagbo wa o ye se no ma pado ka we òkò ìkàrà awú fẹ́rẹ̀ òun ẹ̀gẹ́ awú èyí ló gbégbé anáwé náà láàrọ̀ náà sí ibi Israel ọ̀nàwó àwọ̀ anáwẹ̀dẹ̀ nínú sàlóbù wá gbóná ọdún tó bọ́ọ̀dù nìyẹn ẹ̀rọ sàlóbù náà gbé mú ẹ̀yìn ìkọ̀ ni wọ́n náà gbérí yí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n náà mìkẹ́ náà rí orí àyẹ̀ èyí náà rú lọ́dún kìkì ẹ̀rí èmi yà ní eré orí wọn yìí àrùn òpó pamọ́ ní gbìyànjú ẹ̀zẹ̀ ẹ̀lápà òsàlùbọ̀ nẹ́gìmọ̀ ńlẹ̀ ẹ̀zẹ̀ rí ni màá ná sàlùbọ̀ ayé ẹ̀ọ́kùnrin bí wàá wí ní mọ̀ ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí. iṣẹ́ eru ẹ̀yìn màá yé náà ní wọ́n eru wọ́n mi ẹ̀ máa sọ wàárọ̀ ọ̀wá náà o ọwà na ẹyẹ ní èmi na gwa lọ́wọ́ dẹwọ wà nà wà nìkí ọdá òwú ya ìyá fẹrẹ nana nílùú ńlọ àáyá pòrú àáyá rí èmi ládá èmi náà kásùnú dà èráso ní ẹyá rí àtọ̀ yákù ehun ọyá fẹwò rẹ wà hàn àwọn ẹyà náà rẹ náà wà yẹ ó sáré bá ọgbọdọ ẹgbẹ ìwé rẹ sínú ege kuwu oke mmemme lẹ́rù náà ege lọ tẹ́dó náà ege lọ ẹgbọ́ ẹ̀ ege lọ ọ̀rẹ́dó yàsẹ́ òtẹ́sàn àṣẹ yà ehun náà ni wọ́n ẹ̀ dóò náà yẹ kọ́ ọ̀tà nìrú ni tọ́gẹ̀lẹ́ sọ ṣùgbọ́n èsù rẹ́bà nà òhìyà rí afẹ́ màwùmá ìrúsànà dé máa gbà ká yẹn ó ní èsù èyí ehun ọ̀gbẹ̀sù gbìnà ehun agbada osisi èyíkéyìí na ya gòsù gbìnà ọ̀rọ̀ dàn ẹ̀bùn dàn ọ̀tá dàn ẹ̀mọ́rọ̀ ọwọ́ àgbọ̀n àṣẹ́nu sọlọ́pàá ní na wàyá rí àrí ẹ̀yìn nọ ó sọlọ́pàá náà rí irú ọ̀nà rí nà wá na àyà mẹ́wẹ́ ẹ̀wẹ̀ ni wọ́n ní ká ọ̀wá dàn tàdàwẹ̀ gbótó àwú ẹ̀ ó máa rẹ̀ rí lọ́pàá òwú wà mí mẹ́fà wọ́ ehun kí ayé mẹ́fà ni wọ́n ẹ̀ mẹ́fà ni ẹ̀rọ sàlọ́gbà láti ẹni máa yà fẹ́ rẹ̀ dẹ́rẹ́ náà ni wọ́n ẹ̀ bóta náà ni máa yé náà irun ẹ̀ máa yà mọ́ yòótọ́ ọ̀tọ́ rẹ̀ rẹ̀ fi hàn owó tó ẹ̀.
ẹ̀dùn náà gbogbo ẹ̀dùn náà wùzọ̀ mu ehun máa dún àkàn náà ní ká gbọ́ àlẹ́ ehun nínú ọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀ ẹ̀ nígbà ní ehun ẹ̀rọ sùwọ̀mà lásán ẹ̀rọ sùwọ̀mà ravan wúwẹ́rẹ́ àhẹ́rù kò dá o èmi kéwì híà ìwé ní bọ́ yìí tẹ́ yà híà gbé àná ebi lè mọ́ náà dàtú ẹ̀ èpìyà ebi dàtú ẹ̀ ikú ìwé tún yà híà fẹ́fẹ́ kátékáté ìmọ̀nyí rẹ̀ kábẹ́tù ìmọ̀nyí rẹ̀ igúsà òfin gbogbo wàhíà rọ̀ ní Jésù Kristi náà mi wọ̀n fún ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.
ìṣe èrí mẹ́rin yé ni wọn ehun ìwé gètò ẹ̀ ìmọ̀ yà fẹ́ ìmọ̀nyí rẹ̀ dáadé àkó wọ́n ní ààrẹ ìdánwò ní rí ẹgbẹ́ àdórí ọdúnwò ìlérùn bẹ̀tíọ́sà ló bọ́ àtẹ́nìkà lọ́dún àníwá yàfẹ́ èyí ọ̀yìn náà wọ́n káyèlè náà mẹ́wò náà nùsà ló bọ́ à lámẹ́wẹ́ ẹnìkà lórí ẹ̀kẹ́ dàníwá orí ọ̀rẹ́ èyí ọ̀yìn náà náà ìwọ̀n ọwọ́ ìwọ̀n àdórí ọdúnwò ẹ̀wò náà èyí ọ̀yìn náà ọ̀kàwélè ẹ̀wọ̀n ọ̀nà àdórí ọ̀hà ọ̀kàwélè so ọwọ́ ẹ̀tíyẹ̀ wà mẹ́ yẹn gún ẹ̀wọ̀n náà yàfẹ́ wà ma nínú ẹgbẹ́ mi ní iná arú ọ̀rí ọ̀wẹ̀ náà ọ̀kàwélè lùsàlóbá rẹ̀ ní ká mọ́ ìyọ̀rí ọ̀rẹ́ wọ́n dùn rà níwá yàfẹ́ níwá gbọ́bá dọ̀lẹ́wò yìí ìyáwó dán wò ìwé yẹ wà ní máa rí ọdún wò iná rí ọdún máa yẹ gbà ọ̀sàlóbá náà rẹ̀ yóò bọ̀ ní wà ákàṣẹ́ lùsàlóbá rẹ̀ ní wà zẹ́wọ̀ ọdún wọn zero ètò wọn amúdó àrí ege ní ọdún àrí ọjọ́ wo ni ló sàrúbà jẹ gbà wọn ọdún wọn ni wà yá fẹ́ abẹ ẹjọ́ wo ọtẹrẹ náà rí pé ọdún wọn ni wà yá fẹ́ ìyá ni rẹ igbó wá sí wa ìyá rí igbó mọkó wa ìyá rẹ abẹ ìyá rẹ sọpọn bá ìyá rẹ òróró ìyá ni rẹ dáadẹ wò yá fẹ́ ní masẹtì sùnú yìí ẹni kàn án láwọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ọba rẹ dò yá fẹ́ tọ ọdún wọn ni wà yá fẹ́ rẹ dúnadúnà tọ́wá dùnà ló wáyà o dùnà tọ́wá dùnà ló wáyà jò rẹ̀ dùnà tọ́wá dùnà ló wáyà bàbá dùnà ọba àtọ́pẹ́ ṣẹṣẹ.
All right, welcome to Youth Perspective on Independent Television. I am your host, Joy Obaisiagmo. And you know how we do it here. We look at societal matters actually from the youth's perspective. And today is no different. Today we are looking at the role of youth in the future of energy and electricity in Nigeria. Why are we having this conversation? You know, the recurrent happenings talking about electricity supply in Nigeria. And, you know, you've had experiences too. I have had experiences, and also a lot of us have had experiences. So it is time we do this conversation. We look at them actually from the youth perspective. How do we propose solutions to, how do we actually come in? What is the role of the youth in matters like this? Today, I'll be doing this conversation with my guest here today. I have Blessing Igbon. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
She is an environmentalist. She is also the Public Relations Officer 2 of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter. I also have here Jolly Usahon. Thank you so much for
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, he is actually the coordinator of the Ego chapter of the National Youth Council of Nigeria. So thank you very much for joining me today. So talking about electricity supply in Edo State, there has been constant complaints from consumers. Yeah. We are also consumers too, right? Yeah. So I'm sure you've had experiences. And so Blessing, tell us, you know, how do you see the electricity supply, the distribution, how it is in your area? How do you see it generally?
It has been epileptic. So it's actually disheartening to think about that one of the most important resources that we as people in a community need, which is electricity, and controls a wide sector and range of activities that we engage in, is something that government cannot provide for us. Now, Nigerians have all come to the point where they begin to provide the things that government ought to be providing for them, for themselves. And in the process of doing that, government is not even making policies or reforms that aid this process. Now Nigerians provide water for themselves. Now we are having to provide electricity for ourselves too. However, the cost of purchasing solar panels and getting the inverters to run and power businesses have skyrocketed because we would now vary to say it is the rise of economics. But however, it is painful. And a lot of the times I tell my friends that I do not want to engage in conversations that I cannot prefer solutions to, because this, for example, electricity, very important, necessary for both existence of businesses, of people's lives, because it powers both the mining sector, the educational sector. It's just a wide range, and it's become very, very painful.
Yeah, I know that if I ask you your own experience, Mr. Jolly, you're going to have a lot of things to say about that, because you know that's just a fact. We all have experiences one way or the other with the Benin Electricity Distribution Company in terms of electricity supply. So let's talk about the tariff structure. You know, they now have band A, band B to band E. So what would you say on that, Osama?
Oh, wow. Can I say, for me, having all of this is not a bad idea. Let me take the bank for instance. The bank has big men or big investors, and yet they still have small customers. And they don't let those small customers go. But today, what we are having when it comes to BDC is something else. The painful part is, even being in band E is not even the problem. But you are not being served the way you should be served. That is the problem. So you're having to pay for services which you're not being rendered. Okay, so alone is a challenge.
Okay, so you are saying that the amount of electricity distributed to band E or band the lower aspect of the tariff structure actually the amount of electricity being distributed to this set of people, it is not even enough.
It is not even equated to the amount being paid.
Whoa.
That's the challenge. Where you have an area which is supposed to have an hour light, and even in 3 days, you're not seeing that 1 hour light.
So why do you think that is?
For me, I feel they've neglected what they need to do. There is need. It's not just a loan for the distribution. It cuts across both the supplies they have, because there's this low level of supply. So because of that, those that pay more tend to get the power more, forgetting that those who even pay little still need the power. They are all citizens of the same country, and we shouldn't be left behind.
Okay, there should not be any form of segregation.
Everybody
should be made to enjoy it. But if Band A is paying more, they should be getting more, right?
But Band A is getting 20 hours, while Band E is supposed to even get 1 or 2 hours. And even in the 2 hours, they are not seeing it.
Blessing, what would you say on that?
Well, I think generally the tariff plans, like somebody mentioned to me, said is a way to steal. I don't know how true that is. I think we would need to verify and see if that's true.
How do you mean it's a way to steal?
That's what the person said.
Like on a part
of the transmission company.
Okay.
So now,
well, they have stated categorically that it is a private business for them. So if that is how they've chosen to do their business, why would anyone say that is some kind of weight? So
because now they've said that a certain band will get an amount of electricity for a period of time. However, they do not provide that electricity for that period of time. So if you say 20 hours, do they actually provide 20 hours?
Accountability.
They don't. So at that point, it's a shortage to the people who are in that line. And I think that, however, I still feel like it is something that we need to really research on to know whether or not this is true, that statement. But then, if you say you get to pay X naira to receive 20 hours of light, and X naira is paid and 20 hours of light is not given, then we would have to ask you what's happening.
Well, if you have to ask that question, what's happening, I think it's already out there, like Mr. Osaon said. The problem now is the amount of electricity being generated and distributed to offered to these private companies like BEDC to actually buy. It's not even enough for them, so they have to now, at the end of the day, use it as a way of, they have to make their money back. So as youth now, Osaon, how do you think we can actually come in to ensure that, this is a very huge shortfall, and the demand on electricity is something that we linger on. So there should be a solution. And you can see all around that, a lot of persons are actually coming up, in terms of solar energy production and all of that. So let's actually talk deep into this. How do you think we can actually actualize this? Like in reality, let's make it work. Let's put a stop to this constant complaint. What would you say on that?
For me, I feel there is a way around it. Today we are having solar panel. Thank God Nigeria have enough sunlight. So that is to say, as youths, if we can come together as entrepreneurs, put our resources together, let's say 10, 20 of us, we can create a grid, a mini grid to supply a particular area. And we make money for ourselves as well. Wow. As an entrepreneur, seeing a problem, providing solution, and making money for yourself, that is what makes you an entrepreneur. So that is to say, if we as youth can come together, we can have a Nigeria that is having a light that shop don't need to close the night, because night is coming, because they will just have a constant and a consistent light. But we have to put resources together. And that is another way the government will also come in.
Okay, well, looking at the structure of the BEDC, of course, they have a management, and they also have investors, like, inner investors that probably, is not in the public eye or things like that. So that is already a way of Nigerians coming together, having to build a private entity, and then start distributing, and then they call themselves the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, right?
Can I come in like this?
Go ahead.
I have experienced Ikeja Electric, for instance.
Okay.
I've never seen BDC do such service. I've seen Ikeja Electric pull down wires in a particular area.
Can you actually prove that?
Yes, I can. I was in that same street. I've been in that environment. I was seeing them pulling down wires, replacing it with new ones. Why? When you tell people to pay for such services, they will pay. Now we're having electricity theft. Simply because when you're supposed to give us 20 hours, you're giving us 15 hours. And I see myself paying more for what I don't get. So what do? Not that we are encouraging it, but it's a society that we all belong to. We all know the system of the country. So that is why we are discouraging electricity theft. Yes.
Of
but
course,
the company themselves shouldn't promote it. In quotes, they shouldn't promote it. Why? Because if you tell me you're giving me 20 hours, let it be accountable. Accountability. People want to see you do things you say you want to do. Then they will build trust in you. And whatever you say, they will take you for your word.
Well, Blessing, do you think that with Osaon's analysis now, do you think that do you think there should be a way BDC should do better in terms of the sharing structure, the tariff structure, right?
Yeah.
Do you buy into the idea? Because I was just going through the street of internet, and then I saw some person say that BDC can actually do better by instead of having to make band A pay more and band C, D, E pay less, everybody could actually pay the same amount, and then they distribute it equally. What do you think of that? Listen.
Okay, so we already have the metering, the prepaid and postpaid metering system. Now, if you provide electricity for people, give it equally. Who is able to afford it? You pay for it. If I want 20 hours of light, then I will pay for 20 hours of light. I will purchase my card and pay for that and get 20 hours. When you say yes, I will get 20 hours. And then if I am unable to pay for 20 hours, I'll pay for 5 hours.
But that's the agitation right now. The metering system has already been implemented, right?
Yes.
People are made to buy as much as they can afford, but they still do not get this electricity. This electricity, they don't get supply. So that's what do you say on that?
That's the reason we're saying that they should look internally and see what can be done. Because if the metering system is already there, then perhaps they also carry out some data analysis to be able to determine what area needs more lights at what time. Because we have the business districts, we have the living quarters. So the living quarters will need more lights during the evening hours when people close from the business districts and return home. And if in a case where you have lights being provided for the living quarters during the day and the business districts gets lights during the night, you see that there's going to be a lot of issues there. So determine what time each district needs light and provide the light for them. And then I do not know if it will be appropriate to say that the regulation, the transmission and the regulatory bodies should sit up and do what is right. Because now what we as the general populace know is the distribution companies. However, there are other actors, which are the transmitting companies, the regulatory companies, government policies, and those are things that all come together to either make or destroy the system. So we need to, as a people, as a government in this case, sit down and critically analyze the power situation of this country. It's time that we actually sat up
Obviously, they are not doing enough.
No, they are not.
So we're going to take a very short break, and then when we come back, we're going to continue the conversation. All right, welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Youth Perspective on Independent Television. And right here, we've been talking about the Benin Electricity Distribution Company. You know, how they've been supplying lights to the people of Edo State and how we, the youth, can, you know, see how we can provide solutions, because the tension is actually getting high by the day. And I've been doing this conversation with my guests here, so we're still pushing forward. Osaon, you are going to speak more on the mentoring aspect of it.
Okay, for the mentoring, I think there is more to do in that area with the BDC. I tell you the truth, if each and every house has a meter, when you supply, they should be able to have 20 hours, 10 hours, 5 hours, without you, the distribution company, having a fallout. How? If I recharge my meter for 1 hour, and at the end of the day, my 1 hour elapses, the light goes off. But doesn't mean you are responsible as the distribution company. I am responsible. If I am made to pay 20,000 and my 20,000 is worth it, I think I will pay. Look at it like this. I buy fuel for my generator to keep my lights on for 2 hours, and that may cost me like 10,000. And if I put the same 10,000 into the lights or the distribution company's lights, I can be able to have 5 hours, 6 hours. I think I should do that. I would prefer that than the fuel. So that alone will give them more money and give us more light, and everybody live at peace.
But if you say that, the problem systems, they don't really have enough to give. So where do they get, like, according to what, if you follow up how they've been going about it, they have been saying that BEDC cannot give what they don't have. So if they have more, they will definitely distribute more, because they've already created a structure, the tariff structure, the band A and the others. So they understand that there are people that could pay less and there are people that could pay more, right? Because they have to make money.
Okay.
So moving forward like this energy and electricity shortage, I know you've provided a solution saying that people can come together and have to, you know, do this thing together. But let's be more realistic to solve this problem currently at hand. How do you think the youth can support this company, because they're already there?
Oh, well, for me, there are ways they can support. Since they don't have enough to supply, the youth can come up with something. I remember there is a community along Opa Ekenwa Road going to Iko. One time we did a documentary in that area, we find out that there is a way a guy lifted lights from the dam to his own house. And little did you know that some of the persons were tapping into that light and they all begin to have light in their community. Then it becomes a kind of low. When the government get to find out, they said, we will do more. We will invest in this place. Finally, they didn't it. That's the problem. So now this youth has come together, bring an idea to supply themselves lights. The little you could do is make policies that will help them get a better light and supply even the entire area. And the government will no longer bother themselves having to tell the BDC to supply lights in that region. So the youths there came up with something. Now, like my colleague said, policies. When policies are in place, people can tend to put their money and they get the returns.
Yeah, this story you just give us brings us actually to monopoly. When you talk about the monopoly in the electricity market, Blessing, what would you say on that? You think there is actually monopoly, or you think, you know, the market is open, anybody can actually come in?
It depends on how transparent governments will be about the issue of lights. Now, governments at different levels have mentioned that there's actually no monopoly in light distribution.
Okay.
However, let's get to the point where someone wants to actually invest in it.
Exactly.
And then that's when you discover that there's actually gridlocks of monopolies.
Yeah, because like Osaon just said, he gave us a very vivid story on that. So let's speak into this. Let's actually hit the nail on the head. Let's talk to our government directly as youth. That's why we're here. You know, this monopoly thing, like you said, if you really dig deeper, if you get to that point where you really want to invest, you know, you now start finding out that
there are a lot of things blocking the investment. So I tell you the truth, if there are youths today who want to put their resources together to get this supply, but the challenge is when it gets to that time, you see government telling you there are policies, there are rules, there are this, there are that, then you are trying to limit the youth from doing what they need to do. If there is an open hand operation, I tell you the truth, the light will become a thing of the past. You can actually have in Nigeria where you run for 24 hours without closing your shop, without needing to be afraid that when darkness comes, people will swap up on you and take your wares.
All right, final question before we go. This is like a wrap-up. You know, the recent protest, BEDC must go, people were chanting, BEDC must go, actually. So, Blessing, do you think, looking at the situation of things right now, we've talked about monopoly, we've talked about how the youth can come in, we've talked about how they can actually put their tariff structure in place. Do you think with, you know, what we're actually saying physically, do you think BEDC should actually go?
Well, it's a yes and a no question, actually, answer to this. Because Nigerians are frustrated. Edo citizens want better. So if the person who is there, acting as the head, that is the provider at this point, cannot meet up with this need, then you have to ask the person to go. Let someone else who will fit in, who will be able to provide the needed energy that people want, who can provide it. However, is that person readily available to fit into these shoes?
Would the problem be actually
solved? And if this is answered in the negative, then it means that the one we have right now needs to sit up and do better. Whatever that needs to be done should be done. Government needs to look into the policies, drive them, reform them. We've got smart people in this country. Let's sit down and do the work.
That is also what Osaon said before he got to you. The government has to do more in terms of, you know, shaping our policy, making the market more accessible for especially us, the youth, to be able to see how we can, you know, help and better the electricity situation in Edo State and also Nigeria at large. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Youth Perspective. Do well to join us again next week. Same time, same station. I am your host, Joy Obaisiagbon. Thanks for watching. Bye.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is Anegbete community situated in Isako Central Local Government Area of Edo State. It is an agrarian community with united people that promotes unity and oneness for peaceful coexistence. The inhabitants of the community migrated from Benin, the cradle of black civilization, a kingdom where king is truly king. The ancestors of Anegbete saw that age was the main determinant of leadership in the rural setting, and the eldest man in the settlement was regarded as the leader who presided over meetings, and his authority is held in high esteem. To further strengthen this unique system of leadership, age group evolved in Anegbete. Anegbete, age group is categorized into two, that is, the common and the noble. Anegbete is rich in cultural heritage, as the community at noon saw the commitment of the festival with the first set roll out in beauty colors to showcase their might and strength, indicating their feet and ready for the responsibilities behold on them. The streets in the community with a feed up of young men and women adorned with the festival. Later, the royal family takes the stage as their children fight out royally and work in the community to showcase their might and fitness.
My leader.
It's such another lovely day, and it's always a delight to bring you the program Icons. Program designed specifically to showcase and unveil men and women of integrity, of character, so you can listen to them as they unveil their journey and what made them thick in terms of impact and contributions to the community. So you can learn from their story and become the best version of you, especially at a time in our society where values have been thrown into the waste bin. Today on the program Icons on Independent Television, our guest is special, and that's because he's an octogenarian. And then secondly, he's also a former school teacher, a former military officer, sports administrator and developer, a businessman, a farmer of immeasurable repute, and he's also been a politician. I mean, as far as I can remember. But there's something unique about his politicking or political activities. All of these and lots more would unveil in the next 25 minutes on the program Icons on Independent Television. My guest today is Owe Dixon Imasuge. What I heard now is now Etose Dixon Imasuge. I'm sure he's going to let us into what all of this means. Pardon, sir. Thank you so much for granting us this interview with you on Icons on ITV.
Thank you. You are welcome.
Okay, let's begin from the basic. Tell us, what was it like growing up as a child? I mean, today you're very successful in very many ways. Time will fail us to unveil all of that. But how was it like growing up? Were you born with silver spoon, diamond spoon, or golden spoon? What kind of spoon were you born with, and what was life like growing up?
I was born on January 21st, 1941. Here in this very room, or this very house. It's a family house. I lived a hard life when I was young. People know me. Even when I was in the modern school, not to talk of the primary school. I woke up every day by 4 o'clock, go to Lagos Street to sell Midwest Echo and Midwest Champion.
Those were newspapers at the time?
Those were newspaper, local newspaper.
Okay.
At that time. Then I come back after 6 to Bath and go to modern school. The BDC 4, the present branch of Uniben in Ekenwa Road. 1 o'clock, if the teacher refused to close us, I will close myself. Go back to Lagos Street to sell Daily Times. If it is the day of Oka market, my auntie go to Oka. I will ask my co-vendor, please, those I'm serving monthly, help me serve so. After selling the one I want to sell. Go back to Mission Road to hire truck to car market and bring back the gari of my aunt. I suffered like that seriously until I left the modern school. My uncle, Reverend Professor Sadloi Masoge, now employed me into the American Baptist School as a PP teacher in 1959. I was posted to Port Bazoaye, that is now Emu, and I was very comfortable. 1962, I gained a chance to Abraka teacher training. That time, if you are a teacher, you gain a chance, your salary will be going on.
As well?
Yes, as well. Even who are in the college. But they sent out a circular which says they should restrain teachers. Last to come, first to go. I was in the teacher training. I didn't know the AA Yoruba man was no more friendly with my uncle, who was the head of the American Baptist. He put my name among those
to be retrenched.
To be retrenched. I had to run from Abraka down. Went to meet him. He said I should not talk to him at all. I wrote a petition listing more than 100 teachers I've senior to that were still in the field. The ministry now sent it to him. He wrote that they should not mind me, that it is frustration that is worrying me. They look at those I listed and really saw that I was senior from 59 to 62. There were some who were even employed 61. They now wrote to him that he should restate me immediately and pay me all my arrears. As wicked as he is, he wrote to me and the headmaster of Ewowe, who later became Reverend Professor, Reverend B.O. Ekato, that he's driving the wife for me to come and replace. Because the wife was also teaching in Ewowe. Yes, we are human beings. If I were to be Ekato, I would also be annoyed. But as a Christian, he went too far. It's a pity he's no more alive. So anything I'm saying, to look as if I want to spoil his name. But he went to a society that do not have anything with Christianity. If you want to know, 1951, when I was in Okoro Primary School, I got baptized under the Roman Catholic by Reverend Kelly, who later became Bishop Kelly.
Was that how Bishop Kelly Pastoral Center came from? Is that the history behind Bishop Kelly? Okay.
No.
Okay.
That time he was in Holy Arosa.
Okay.
In Mission Road here. And when I started teaching under the American Baptist, you must belong to their religion.
You got baptized there too again?
I got baptized in 1959 again under the American Baptist. So will you want to say I'm not a Christian if I got baptized 2 times? If you Christ, they do so. So, unfortunately for B.O. Ekato, the people he reported me to Owewe have their ways of doing things. They follow the right line. They wanted to know if I'm their member. And if I'm their member, they will not do me anything.
But if you are not their member?
They can't say, yes, you run this man. They drove the wife because of you.
That was the allegation against you?
Yes.
Was it that Reverend Ekato of blessed memory now, he didn't know all that transpired to get to that point?
First and foremost, when the AA administrative assistant wrote, I am driving your wife for this man to come and replace. We are human beings.
Yeah.
I said just now that he has a right to be anonymous.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But not to the extent as a Christian that he went.
So you're saying he took your name to...
Oh, wait.
To harm you?
Yes.
Because according to him, you...
And that not only to harm me, that I should not spend more than a night alive in a way. But fortunately to me, I was staying in the captain's house in Okpobazoye, that's Naimo. The man knew me as small teacher. He knew me anything that concerns native thing or not religious, you don't see me in it. So when they got there now, he told them, no, this man is not our member. But he will not wait and see that this is roof cannot protect somebody in his house. And as such, they should go and grab black charcoal and give to the headmaster meeting. that are taken that they have already taken out. It's the same thing you say in the church now. Miracle that is no miracle. So they left. They now called me. I was still in Abraka. That's what moved me out of Abraka. Because if I'm not in the classroom, they will terminate me.
Yeah.
Whereas while there, I was still receiving my salary. So he warned me. I looked at him. I said, this man wants to cause trouble between two Christians. I didn't believe him. He looked at me and said, I know you didn't believe him. But all I will tell you, I don't know if it's only my members he approach. Please, don't sleep. That's okay. Not that I believe. I went there early with bicycle. By 7, I was already in a way. I went straight to his house. The way he received me, I said, that's too much. I said, so that devil wanted to cause trouble between me and my Christian brother. I went to the class. He gave me the class. It was, we were almost going to close it. So after 12, because we closed by 1, I said, this man still warn me, do not sleep. I said, let me see the headmaster. I went to the headmaster because all along I was sending excuses since I didn't report. And when I said, sir, you know I've been sending excuses. He said, yes. I said, I need to see my daughter this night. I said, oh, that's okay. Don't. Please sleep. If you want to go 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, I will allow you to go. My brain
to reset again because you'll be warned.
6 o'clock, 7, you allow me to go. Not that I'm still going to teach till now and that's 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 when the student will start to come to school. I said, I believe this man. So immediately they knocked the bed to close on my bicycle. I said, tell the headmaster I'm gone. He started running after me. Anyway, wado, omari mudia, which shows there was really something on the ground.
Which means there was a plan to eliminate you that night.
I didn't come home because my things were still in Okobazwai, that is 9 months. I went there. That time, that is now Sopika. Whole meeting 12 midnight. After 11, I went to wake up the Kate. The Kate title that is now what we call Owe.
Okay.
I went to wake up the Kate. I don't buy. I said, sir, when you are going to meeting today, I will go with you. He looked at me. He said, no. I said, why? He said, any person will get trouble. They do not accept him in the society. I said, now trouble I get. You saved my life. You are telling me how to be a good Christian. And I want to join you in what you are worshiping. You are saying I have trouble. I said, I don't have trouble. So I said, you don't want to go. I want to stay outside. Immediately he came out with the oil lamp where they take a escorter. I followed him. When he got there, he went inside to call the elders. Say, see the trouble when you get it. He tell this man or small teacher, say somebody will get trouble, they know they accept. When I now say the people said they will initiate me.
So that's how you became
I became a Wigwe man in 1962.
Okay, I'll come to that point much later. You've also been a military officer. You've been a sports developer.
Thank you.
You've been a businessman.
Yes.
Yes. So what were the values that helped you to be able to function at this level?
Thank you. Since I left Abraka, I had photography brain. And I started buying books that I read. at ROSA books and so on. And I got my advance in bookkeeping and accountancy. So in 1966, March 66, and I joined the police. Later, Bayagon, who was assistant commissioner here from Osen, was my squad mate. I was their father. This man who was in charge of security, he was commissioner or deputy commissioner under AIG, Ishaman, was also my squad mate. I got the best batting in 66 squad or 22 squad in police. When the war broke out, they asked for accountants. Because of my certificate, I applied. I was not even a lance corporal in the police. They look at the certificate, they value it, and they gave me a warrant officer class 2.
In the army?
In the army.
So that's how you move from police to
the
army. Interesting.
Warrant officer class 2, class 1. If you are getting promotion, you go to full lieutenant straight. It will not take you 2 years, you go to captain. So I was employed. I served under Lieutenant Bello as the paymaster 2D. When they now saw my intelligence, they made me officer in charge 2D traveling claim. That is, any other rank going on leave, his paper
must pass
through me. From Asaba to Sokoto, like this. I made my name. Do you know why I left so sorry? I've not told you about my family life. Let me just brush it. That in the end, 7 women born for me. 6 were under this roof.
So that means you are a polygamist.
Serious one. even with Ababa, when I loved him, when he was in South Africa, I talk. I said, see waiting, I see waiting. He said, they did not play. I said, Baba, I thought I will learn
from you.
Polygamous things. I don't know you are the one to learn from me. So, like I said, if any major general also chase a girlfriend, I will say it's W1 in Masoge, a girlfriend. Whereas Nala, and now I say, if this thing come, na trouble I did. So when the car cool, the car then were all my boys.
Wow.
Happened. Now I say, the senior officers who don't like me can
set you up with this
set
now.
me up. Now right. They didn't even allow me to go. My boys went to take my paper away from Army headquarters. Like this former senator, Ali Mekena. He was my corporal.
Wow.
I sent him to Auchi. Why in Auchi I was paying salary. When he came, I promoted him a sergeant. He was already a staff sergeant before I left.
Wow.
So, or DVD Papa.
That's one.
Was under me.
So, at what rank did you, leave?
W1.
Wow. Wow.
That's the father of the army.
Wow.
But if it's in real military, not tradesmen,
yeah,
it will be called regimental sergeant major.
Okay. ROSM.
ROSM. But as a tradesman,
yes,
warrant officer class 1.
Okay. Growing up as a child, I mean, judging from the background that you came from, I mean, you literally trained yourself in modern school, doing sales, doing business to support yourself and all that. what would you say are the values, the virtues, the principles of life that you imbibed? And you also didn't talk about your parents, because hearing you say you have to work your way to go to school, do trades and stuff like that. Can you give us insight into that?
Thank you. My mother left me and the other 2 children in 1946.
When she left you, what do you mean by
left? My father.
Okay.
To marry another person.
Okay.
But the children, she gave birth to another 7 children. I trained all.
Interesting.
If you were in my birthday that day, you will see the person who prayed, Jesoba Agona. I trained him in Arewele, which is now Western Boys. From there, when I moved to Ibadan Post in 1971, I took him along to do HSC in Loyola College. When he left there, I looked for transfer in UI. You know what UI is that time?
Yeah.
He ran home and wrote me a nasty letter. Those who are not as rich as yourself send their brothers to overseas. You are sending me to UI. I said, okay, go and bring paper. He went to bring. And I trained in Florida State University full time for 4 years. Not to talk about the others. I trained all. You saw my birthday if you were there that day. I have 13 children in overseas. Those who are here, number 5 from number 4 woman Yoruba is a professor in Uniben here and HOD in UBTH. Number 7 is number 2 staff in NYSC Edo State. Number 11 assistant director NAPTEP. Number 13 is a CEO in one of the Elumelu establishment. Number 17 is the super leader of APC when I'm super leader of PDP in my local government. Number 18 from number 6 woman, Isha woman, is a bank manager, First Bank in Lagos. Number 24 is now they are posting in now. Up to 2 months ago, he was the PRO immigration 2D.
Okay.
Number 24. He has masters. I trained all my children.
Fantastic.
Because I didn't have that opportunity. And in short, what motivated me to be training people close to me and to be friendly is that I took personal oath, that as I suffer, if I see any person suffer and not help him, may God punish me. So I'm like that. If you ask people, even Christmas, I do Christmas for more than 600 people every year. Not that I'm too rich, but I vow that I must help people.
All right, thank you very much. It's been a very, very interesting conversation today on the program Icons with our guest, Owe Dixon Imasuge, who incidentally is a community leader, a party leader, a businessman, a philanthropist, a former teacher, and former police and army officer. Interestingly, I've seen a lot of people in this category who actually started out their life as a teacher. One of them is somebody he's consistently referred to as his father and his mentor, talking about our father, the His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawa Wigbidindo, CFRCO, and who incidentally was also a teacher, and before he also became a police officer, and then the rest is history.
We are cousins also from the mother side.
Wow, wow, fantastic. I want to thank you again for creating this time for us to have this interface with you. And we wish you the very, very best, particularly with your new age. It's a prayer that you continue to age in grace and with grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you for thanking me.
That's our package for today on the program Icons. We hope you enjoyed the program. Be sure to join us. We'll bring you a fresh episode of the program. And I'm Sonny Duke Okosun, thanking you for staying with us. Have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now.
RTV, certainly the best. RTV, certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to Woman to Woman. I'm Adesiwa Sawagie. Financial empowerment for women is a big deal, and multiple stream of income is like a key to that success that you've been looking for. And when women have control over their finances, they can make choices, make huge investment, live better life, and then be happy. And then the big question then is this: what is stopping you as a woman from being empowered? We have just a handful of women who are empowered and who are doing things to get themselves empowered. There's another set who have done so much, yet they seem not to be able to break even. From one business to another, to another, to another, yet it's like they're not doing anything because there's no result and they're not making success. So what could be the problem? We have an expert in the house. She is an entrepreneur, Emike Inaboya. She's joining us from Benin City. Hello, Emike. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on the program Woman to Woman.
Yeah, good to see you again. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good to see you too. You look so good, Emike.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Emike, you are an entrepreneur. I see what you do on Facebook and other social media. I see what you do, and I'm super proud of you. That is why you're here to talk to women about financial empowerment and the need to have multiple streams of income in Nigeria's economy. So talk to me. Financial empowerment, multiple streams of income, what does it mean to you?
Well, firstly, I'll say when you say empowerment, empowerment goes beyond motivation. Yes, it's about access. Access to education, to finance, to opportunities, access to making decisions. That is what I see about empowerment. When you talk about multiple income streams, that has to do with financial security, wealth building, flexibility. That's what I have come to realize about it. So empowerment, we are talking about access to education. How do we go about access to education? You sit down to say, oh, I cannot be educated because before you are empowered. No. The way who went to school, we go about it is different from somebody who is starting from the scratch, somebody that doesn't know it. For example, if I'm told to take measurement for a tailor, for tailoring example, I will be faster to get it than somebody that doesn't know anything about calculation. Yes. But right now, when we're talking about empowerment, our women, you can get empowered. Don't wait for anyone. You can, from the little money put together, you can empower yourself. How can you do that? The little you have, you can start from the social media. Like me, I use my house, a room in my house for my business. Then I go to social media to expand it. Every phone is good. You mustn't have iPhone 17 before you make it. No. I, for one, I'm using a Techno phone and I'm Android. And I'm making waves. 1 or 2 persons call me from social media. Hello, how much is this bag? Hello, how much is this? And I tell them, oh, you pay before delivery. Let me tell you, if that product is not available, they say it's online, quickly what they pay, I can easily go to the market, get it ready. The next day, I post it to them. Women should not wait until they have everything. No, I did not start that way. I didn't have everything before I started. Education is good. Even if you have missed it, there's adult education. You can go about adult education at the same time, be able to save little money given to you. You have friends. You can tell 1 or 2 persons about, oh, this is what I want to do. This is what is on my mind. You must not start big. You must not start so of taking that responsibility. In as much as some daddies will not like, oh, because she did it yesterday, she can do it again. If our daddies continue like that, our business will go down. So I advise every woman that they should balance their flexibility, their family responsibility while earning. As you earn from your business, you should be able to balance your home and yourself. Yes. Having income stream, multiple income stream that provides financial security. What do I mean by that? If one source fails, another can sustain you. As you know, Adesua, I sell bags. I make bags and sell. I make headwears. I make plantain chips and sell. It didn't stop me. I would say because I have a deal with bag making, then I should not put my hand into other sources. I do, because I don't know which one is going to come out so big for me.
All right, Emike, a lot of women have tried what you tried. What made it work for you? Because some women have gone into a particular business, it didn't work. Maybe say food business, it didn't work. Open a restaurant, it didn't work. And then clothes selling, it didn't work. Shoe and bag making, it didn't work. Tomato and pepper selling, it didn't work. Pure water, it didn't work. What is that woman not doing right?
Comparison made it not work. Some of them want to have everything available first. A woman that has a restaurant wants to have so much gain. No, a lot of people go for the lower grade because they feel that's what their money can get to.
Okay.
If I go to market now and I go buy slippers, for example, I'm buying the slippers for 1 naira. I should be able to sell it 2 naira, even if my neighbor is selling it 3 naira, so that I can go to market again, purchase and sell again faster than while she's selling for 3 naira or 4 naira, I would have gone to market 3 to 4 times. Excess gain. That's where I see challenges.
So what other challenges apart from that excess gain? Are there other challenges that makes the woman's business not to work?
Yes, location matters to me. Location.
Okay.
If for example, I do social media, I spend money trying to get my customers online. Every woman may not be able to. Some persons want to be in GRA, but their luck is in Aduwawa. Why not try Aduwawa pattern? I can buy a model of rice, do jollof rice, go out to Aduwawa to where laborers are. A lot of people are working. Maybe those doing the road work. I sell off my rice. I come back home. If I bought one model, I was able to sell everything before 2 p.m. I should be able to do 2 models tomorrow. Likewise, the selling of shoes. Likewise, the selling of tomatoes. Can you imagine people that wait plantain? If you used to sell at a particular amount, you buy plantain, somebody is telling you, sell this plantain for me for 4,000. You are saying, no, it must be 4,500. At the evening of it all, you miss it out. Tomorrow the plantain gets too ripe. Somebody will now come to say, okay, let me buy 2,500. Let it not be a waste. You tell yourself, I bought this plantain 2,500. Why should I now sell it? Then at the end of it, you throw it away. Or you end up selling it for 1,000. If you have sold that plantain for 4,000, even if you bought it at 3,000, that 1,000 is something. But we don't see it. So a lot of people don't see that 1,000 as a big money. That's where we are having challenges.
Okay, balancing financial independence with other life priorities of a woman is another challenge that we need to talk to this afternoon. So how can a woman balance her financial independence with other priorities of life? You know, like women, somebody said women love everything. And so keeping money for your business is usually difficult. So how can a woman manage all of this and then still hold on tenaciously to her independence as a financial person?
You will get to a point where you can get everything. Now that you cannot get everything, cut your coat according to your cloth. I didn't say cut your clothes according to your size. Cut your coat according to your fabric. If your fabric is 1 yard, it's just a waistcoat it can sew, do with a waistcoat. If it's just a hanging shirt, do with a hanging shirt. Competition is not allowed in this race. That is comparison. We are competing with others is what kills us. If it's a stud earring you can afford for now, get a stud and let go the other one. When the time comes for you to get the other kind of stuffs as a woman, you go ahead. First, do it the little way you can.
All right, Emike, we're going to take a very short break now. When we come back, I'll be asking you this question: the role of financial literacy in achieving financial stability for a woman. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, I'll ask you that question again. All right, thank you for staying tuned to the program Woman to Woman on ITV. And I've been talking with Emike Inaboya, who is an entrepreneur. Emike, now let's look at the role of financial literacy in achieving financial stability. Does a woman really have to go to the four walls of a school to learn financial literacy or apprenticeship? So what is the role of financial literacy in all of this?
At this, well, like I said earlier, school makes it very easy. It makes it easier for someone to be able to scale faster. Someone that went to school it's easier for the person to catch faster than someone that didn't.
Okay.
While there are persons, yes, while there are persons that even if they didn't go to school, they're able to catch. At the end of it, they miss it. They miss it. Even if it's to primary 6 or primary school, be school at all.
Okay.
Somebody can bring a paper for you to read. You'll just be looking. They tell you to sign something. Whether you are signing out your life, you don't even know. That's why I tell people, even be schooled. Even if it's your primary school, you can read and you can write.
So that's very important.
Yeah, it's a plus.
What about the role of apprenticeship?
Yeah, it's good to learn. Yeah, it's good to go work under someone for a while. So you have an idea. Market is very, very trickish. Do you know some persons can still be selling something for 1 naira when long ago the price has changed? Just because they don't know how they do it. Everybody has to have an idea of apprenticeship, because from the way you have learned from it, you can make calls to your own madam. Till tomorrow I have a madam. I can still call her to say, yes,
That's interesting, because nowadays you find it difficult to get apprentice. Young girls don't want to learn trade. Young girls don't want to go to school, but they want to hit it fast.
Yes, a lot of ladies don't want to learn anymore. They don't want to be under anybody. They just want to come to you 1 week, they feel they've known it and they want to open. At the end of the day, they make a whole lot of mistakes. Then tomorrow a customer don't come back to you. You'll be wondering, oh, why is this customer not here? Not knowing that you've already made that mistake. The way you talk to your customers, the way you approach them, the way you discuss some issues with them can make them stay or go. I'm very friendly, even when you're putting your hand in my eye. I pretend it's not hurting me.
Customer service.
Buy and go, then I will not like say, oh, this one's paying me.
Okay. But it's not like that everywhere, because some other places you go there, you price a good, your good is not good enough for that person, and the next thing you get is insults.
You know,
it has happened to me, particularly in markets.
Yes. You know why? They feel in the market like the tomato sellers, let me use that word. They feel because my own looks finer than the other ones, they will come back. Gone are the days. Nobody comes back to you. The only advice is be friendly. That's my advice to women. As you do business, be friendly, because you don't even know who is going to come back tomorrow. If you scold somebody or you cheat somebody, the person finds out. At the end of the day, the person won't want to come back. Then you start saying, I'm losing customers, I don't know why. You are the cause of your problem. You're causing it by yourself. Women should try as much as possible to be free, even when the customer is the customer's money you need, not the customer's face. I don't need customer's face, it's customer's face.
Okay, so what's the most important financial skills for women to learn? Because there was this particular point, boutique was raining. Every corner you turn is a boutique. Every corner you turn is a boutique. Then after that, it was now makeup. Almost every woman wanted to be a makeup artist. Every woman was learning how to be a makeup artist. If you're not learning it physically, you're doing it online. After a while, it fizzled. And now everybody is a fashion designer. So, Emike, as an entrepreneur, I know you do quite a number of things to get that. You multitask, you have quite a number of streams of income. Now, which is the best for a woman to learn? Because as we speak, some women are even confused.
What she has at hand is what she needs to feed on. I will prefer that lady the woman to go for dailies. What brings daily income?
Okay.
Yes.
So what is that thing that brings daily income?
Food business is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what if I don't want to do food business? If a woman doesn't want to do food business, what next? What next?
Buying and selling. You could decide, okay, let me pick up things from the market, like Mission Road. You can pick one or two from there, like the toiletries. They are important to homes. You can just decide to take them to the office and like, oh, but instead of going to the market, can you be buying from me? Soaps. Those are the toiletries I'm talking about. Tissue, the soap, the small towels. You can just be doing that and making it. If at the end of the day your money is not so big and you feel you can go to market, you have a friend, you pick from and do a refund when you get your little gain, you gather your money like that. You must not start big, like I said.
Okay, let's look at the role of pride in all of this, because you know, as women, we are very prideful. We get time for body plenty. Some persons may actually be good in a particular business, but because of pride, how will people see me that I'm doing this kind of business? You know that mentality.
They should put pride aside. Nigeria is smiling. Nigeria is not smiling. Pride should go and die somewhere first. If I need to do market, what kind of marketing now for me to have food on my table or money in my pocket, I will do it. As far as it's genuine,
okay,
I will do it. Pride goes before a fall. You'll just be proud for nothing. Your shoulder go high. If you reach, nothing to eat. So why the pride?
Okay.
Nobody gives money anymore.
Nobody gives money.
Notice this. Because of that, I don't beg anybody for money. I work. I told you now that I try. Sometimes I write on my WhatsApp. Chips will be available so time. If you need, please. Some places we write. If it's one person, I'll try and go and give to the person.
Okay.
Okay, I would have put myself, I want one person, because of one person. Can we do it? I'll go and give to the person willingly. Because I'm growing the business.
Okay.
But most people, they should let pride die. If I need to sell soap soda to have money in my hand, I will do it.
Okay. But that's you. So how do we now, how do you talk to that woman out there who is still finding it difficult to swallow her pride, who is finding it difficult to start small, who is passionate about business, but all of this confusion, she carry on for shoulders and bag? What do you say to that person?
Firstly, let the pride die. Until the pride dies, she cannot forge ahead.
Yeah.
So he won't be able to kill the pride and start from somewhere. You cannot have 1 million. I cannot walk up to somebody to tell the person, please, so I need 1 million to start business. Oh, the person will look at me, do you even know how much I have in my own business? You can start small. You can have 20,000 naira and go somewhere and buy few things and go and distribute. You can have 50,000. Don't wait. A lot of women have money in their accounts. They are still waiting for that money to be big.
To be very big.
You are waiting, the interest you are losing. The time it
Finding time to be with us on the show today. You have really educated us a lot. Thank you. And I know we're going to do this sometime very soon, at least to put the woman on her toes, to keep breaking the glass ceiling and swallowing her pride, go all out and achieve what she wants to achieve. Thank you, Emike.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, woman, financial empowerment for you in Nigeria, I know can be driven by a lot of factors, maybe digital services, skills training, networking opportunity, and all of that. But know this today, like Emike said, swallow your pride, go all out there, go and achieve what you need to achieve, all right? Break the glass ceiling. If you're financially independent, it's a good thing. And then when you have multiple streams of income, girlfriend, you have arrived. And daily money, like Emike said, is very, very sweet. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
To this week's edition of the program, Hitches and Voices on independent television and radio here in Benin City. My name is Kingsley Okoje, your regular host on the program. Don't forget, this program, Hitches and Voices, is brought to you courtesy Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disability, NAVID. NAVID is a known organization that is advancing the rights of persons with disability in Nigeria. My sign language interpreter for today has been away for quite some time, but she's back and better today. Cynthia Godwin Aya. Cynthia, welcome to Hitches and Voices.
Thank you very much.
Our subject for today has been one that has been part of our national conversation for quite some time. It's a subject that people have talked about, whether in workspaces, in institutions of learning, across the nation. People have talked about the subject of sexual and gender-based violence. And today, the conversation will be, is it a concern in the community of persons with disability? Is sexual and gender-based violence something that should bother the community of persons with disability in Nigeria today? That is why we have a guest, someone who is very, very interested in this subject, someone who is a major voice in the disability community. She's no stranger to disability advocacy. She's been on this platform severally to talk about issues bordering on persons with disability. Today, she will add her voice to the millions of voices that is trying to draw attention to gender-based violence against women and children, and as it concerns persons with disability. I'm talking about Anne Ojugo, Chairperson, Jonapid, Edo State Chapter. Ms. Anne Ojugo, welcome to Hitches and Voices.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, viewers at home. It's good to have you. It's good to be here this afternoon.
It's a delight to have you on the program today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
First, I'll start by asking, how do you do?
I do. I feel fine. And it's great having me here because issues that have to do with persons with disabilities, women with disabilities, and people that are passing through LGBTV and LGBTV and GBV, gender-based violence, is a matter that shouldn't be treated with levity.
Yes.
And women with disabilities are those that are at the receiving end.
All right. So, talking about sexual and gender-based violence, is it a concern? Is it a major issue in the community of persons with disability? Is this something that we should be concerned about as part of our conversation?
Yes, seriously. It is something we should be concerned about. If you go all over our street and our communities, you see persons with disabilities having or being pregnant for no just cause. You don't know the father of their babies. You don't know how it comes about. There are what we call sexual molestation, rape, and all this. They come through this GBV you just mentioned. And then we talk of abandonment. They come through GBV. So we have them in twofold: SGBV, sexual and gender-based violence, and then we have the gender-based itself. And so this should be tackled. They are predominantly in our society, in our community, and they should not be handled with levity.
All right, from your experience, you know, you've been a major voice in the community of persons with disability. How has this been handled by institutions when they report? Do persons with disability even report any form of molestation against them? Do they feel comfortable or free enough? And if they do, how is it usually handled?
Well, not until recently, because even persons without disabilities, they feel ashamed. They have the stigma of coming out to say, oh, I was raped. The stigma of coming out to say, I was molested. The stigma of coming out by a woman without disability to say she was battered by the husband. So they normally keep it to themselves and suffer in silence. That also affects our women or persons with disabilities. Not until recently, when institutions like the Edo State government came out to say, report. If you see something, say something. Not until when they came out to say, report any form of sexual molestation, they were not coming out to say it. But recently, we have few women there who don't come out to say they have been raped, they have been molested, their husband have abandoned them, men have jumped fences to come and have one thing or the other to do with them. Before now, they were not reporting. So, but now, let me say, percentage of them come out to say something about it.
When you say percentage of them, are you talking about women in general or persons in general, or you're limiting it to persons with disabilities?
I'm limiting it to persons with disabilities because that's my major concern. Yes.
So a lot of persons with disability feel free now to speak about their experience as regards sexual and gender-based violence.
Yes, they do.
All right. So I asked earlier, how are institutions handling this? Because I know that there are organizations that are saddled with responsibility to protect the rights of women and children against sexual and gender-based violence. But oftentimes, they don't usually talk about it from the angle of persons with disability. How are institutions handling this? Maybe, for example, the police, because I had an experience with someone who complained that as someone with disability, there was a time she reported the case to the police, and the policemen were basically saying, you are sexually assaulted, you should be happy. I mean, after all, one would not ordinarily think that any man would come for you.
Exactly.
So why are you complaining? So that's why I asked, how are institutions handling issues of sexual and gender-based violence?
Exactly. I think you had a point. Exactly. That was before now. Before now, institutions don't even take it. In fact, like you just said, we should be happy that someone is coming to have something to do with me as a woman with disability sitting on a wheelchair. Yes, they actually make jest of us when we go to them. Until Edo State set up the gender-based violence management committee that brought in various institutions. They brought in various institutions, the police, from people from the law department, or what I call it now.
From the Ministry of Justice.
Justice, education. In fact, every Ministry of Women
Major
Affairs,
stakeholders.
major stakeholders to be part of it, and they train them, the CSOs, and they train them on the reason why the issues of persons with disabilities should be taken, or should not be taken with levity. That anybody, in fact, all institutions should have a desk office where issues of GBV and SGBV should be reported. And then even down to Edo North and Edo South, they made it compulsory. And then they set up SAC, Sexual Assault Referral Center, whereby someone, if anybody is molested or raped, or you can go there for forensic investigation and checkup. So that's how far and then they set up laws. We have VAP, Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law in Edo State.
Oh, you're talking about the Edo State Disability Law?
No, we have the Edo State VAP law. That one first of all covers. Then we have the Edo State Disability Law too,
okay,
where persons with disabilities are protected. So all these are put in place to help and safeguard persons with disabilities, women with disabilities, girls with disabilities, children with disabilities. I hope you know that children are also being sexually assaulted. So, and children with disabilities are not exempted from this. So all these laws, institutions have put this in place to help persons with disabilities.
Okay, let's look at the issue of data. Have we been able to, when people report issue of sexual and gender-based violence, organizations who champion these causes, they are able to provide data for this, but oftentimes I don't know if they've disaggregated the data to be able to know that, okay, these are the number of persons with disability that has been, assaulted or abused over the time, because so that it is important that we work with data. I don't know if you are aware of any data that is available, but also, this is a two-in-one question. Also, how have you been able to work with victims who've experienced this to recover from such trauma? What's usually the experience for women with disability, the recovery process?
Well, let me start from the data process. Like I said when we were starting, that before now, some of the women or the victims were not coming out to complain until we started building their capacity, why they must come out to talk, until I started building their capacity that as a woman with disability, come out, talk, let people know the reason why you are, nobody will kill you for it. Instead, it will help you. So that's that. Then that's why until recently the data that we have is not so much because just recently some people, let me say between 2018 to this, we have only had about 50 persons, both from Edo North and Edo Central and Benin put together, that have come to say they have been molested in one way or the other. You understand? That is GBV, beating, battering, their husband have run away, they have been raped and all that. That's on the issue of data. Then on your question, second question.
About recovery.
About
the
recovery.
mental state of women who've
you
been,
know,
or children who've been sexually
yes,
assaulted.
That one, we have done that. In fact, we have had some organizations that have like Sotawaka, like Josie Maria, working in this Edo North and Central, that have helped us to talk to some women with disabilities, and personally I have had them in Benin, and whenever they come to me, I will tell them to speak to them, refer them to Sexual Assault Referral Center, talk to them, try to give them from the little I know about it, also talk to them. So, and then.
But what are some of the things they tell you? What are some of the things they tell you?
What they tell me is how their husband or their guy, or how without even consenting to having anything to do with a guy, the guy have come to rape. You know, LGB has to do with, rape has to do with non-consent.
Consent, yes.
So when you are not consenting, somebody come to you and forcefully have intercourse with you. You know the painful aspect of it. That will forever be a trauma. So you know, you try to talk to the person and let the person know that it's not the end of their life. Then if it is to go after the victim, but unfortunately most times we cannot get the victim. There's a lady in Benin right here who struggled to build a house with the husband. She was not, from the onset, she was not amputated. She had an accident and she became an amputee. As I speak with you now, the husband, the house they built together, the husband had pushed her out of the house and married another wife. That is enough for her to maybe have some mental or some psychological trauma. So when she came to me, I spoke with her. I told her I was going to bring up the matter in during our next GBV meeting, so that others can also talk about it, because I may not have the full knowledge of what to tell her, how to counsel her. You understand?
All right.
So that's it.
It's been an interesting one, talking about sexual and gender-based violence against women with disability. We'll go on a break. We'll come back. We'll continue our conversation with Anne Ojugo, Chairperson, Joint National Association of Persons with Disability, JONAPID, Edo State Chapter. When we're back from the break, our conversation continues. Welcome back from that break. We're still with Anne Ojugo, Chairperson, JONAPID, Edo State Chapter, sharing her experience with us concerning victims who have gone through some sort of sexual based violence in Edo State, and what JONAPID, alongside other organizations, are doing to help victims who've been traumatized as far as the subject is concerned. But I would like to ask, you know, we have various clusters of persons with disability. We have those who are visually impaired, we have the deaf, we have those with intellectual disability,
albinism.
Yes, albinism, you know, all sorts of clusters of persons with disability. From your experience, which of this cluster has suffered the most as far as this subject is concerned?
Can I really say which of the clusters? Well, let me say, because from those that have come to me so far, the visually impaired, the hearing impaired. You know, the hearing impaired, they are prone to dangers, serious dangers. They may open their eyes and you are coming, but they don't even know the intent. That was why during the NSAS, some of our brothers are still on ground till today. Because even when the police wanted to shoot, they didn't hear the sound of the gun until they were gunned down, which until today made them a victim of spinal cord injury. It made them and their spinal cords. They are on ground till today. So they are there. Those sisters are there. You see them in market spaces. They can easily be lured because you see them say, I'm a deaf. Help me, help me, help me. And in that process, somebody lured them inside.
Okay, I mean deaf persons are more vulnerable.
They are vulnerable. Now, persons are physically, with physical disability, like me. You understand? People with physical disabilities, they find it difficult to marry. They find it difficult to have boyfriend.
But is it just those who are physically handicapped?
No,
is it not same for all?
I'm telling you,
yes.
You have asked me who are the more vulnerable.
Yes.
So I'm trying to give you the according to cluster.
Yes.
I've just told you about visually impaired. Who is visually impaired? She's not aware that anything is even happening around her. You understand? She's, let me say, 48 hours blind. She's not seeing anyone around her, and then she's alone there.
Yes.
Somebody can easily come and take advantage of her. Anything, steal from them, do any bizarre things with them. You know, sometimes I wonder how they protect their money. You understand? Because people can easily steal from them, do any sort of thing. That's for visually impaired persons. Then I just told you about hearing impaired. Somebody who is, she doesn't know anything that is happening around her, and then they lure her into all those evil tactics. Then I'm not explaining to you that someone who sees, because we have 6 clusters, all those clusters, person who sits on the wheelchair, because of the peculiar nature of that person, a guy may come around and say, I'm interested in marrying you. After impregnating the person, the woman, and then he runs away. That person will now have to cater for the baby, cater for the, in fact, it will not become a double problem, double tragedy for that woman. In the first case, she does not move, she does not work. Now she has a baby for a father that are taking off. She may not have even consented to, I want to have, that's on the issue of SGBV. Now on the issue of GBV, some women, when I mean GBV, gender-based violence, abandonment and discrimination, some of our women, you find out that they don't want to use their money to buy man because they want to marry. They want to have, yes, these are realities. You understand? They want to marry, they want to have a partner.
So the desperation sets in.
Thank you. And at the end of the day, the men will come, they say, okay, at the end of the day, they take off.
Advantage.
They take advantage, and after taking advantage, they take off. These are some of the things that persons with this. And then, even if they manage, recently someone was talking with me about how the husband used to have turned her into a punchy bag. This person is a visually impaired sister. She is the one taking care of the house, of the home. She's doing everything. Yet, the husband never appreciates that, because the husband feels she is the one that needs a man. You understand? The husband feels she is at the advantage of, no, I'm doing her a favor.
By marrying you.
Yes. Which is not supposed to be. If you want to marry a person with disability, a woman with disability, irrespective of who the woman is, how the woman is, whatever you have made up your mind, you make up your mind and you marry the person. And stop all this GBV or SGBV, we are passing through that. So it's a lot that we are passing through. Our people are really, I'm talking recently from Edo North. I need to know that the stories that come in from Edo North daily is another one. So,
all right, let's look at family support. Usually when stuff like this happen, family is the first point of succor. You want to be able to confide in your family to say, this is what has happened to me. I believe family is the primary place you run to for, as your safe haven. From your experience, you think when it comes to persons with disability, family usually respond to provide succor for them, or family usually, shy away?
Well, most families do. They support. I know of someone who was a victim, somebody who was beaten up, and then the family took that person to the station. I know. So the families, I must commend them for that. Yes, they do. They are there.
All right. So very quickly, so if someone watching now that's one with a disability and such a thing happens, he has that experience, what are the procedures? What should they do? Who should they report to? Very quickly.
Depends on where they are. If they are in Benin here, I will say come to Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, where we have the commissioner, honorable commissioner, because Edo State government is not joking with such issues at all. So they should go to the ministry. They should report to the office of the Commissioner for Women Affairs.
All right.
Then they can go to the SAC Center, Sexual Referral Center in Benin City here. Then for those in Edo Central, they can also go to the SAC Center at Uromi. But for those who are far, because we have, if somebody is raped, we have to do a forensic, you have to do some forensic tests.
Yes.
You quickly go to the police station, any police station close to you, to report, so that the evidence will be there.
Beautiful. It's a very interesting subject, and I hope that society will do well to protect the interest of persons with disability against sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria. It's a wrap today. Thank you for joining us on television and those who listen on radio. Don't forget, Hitches and Voices comes to you on independent television and independent radio simultaneously. My name is Kingsley Okoje, saying spot the hitch and be a voice. Goodbye.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
The Ugewe is the final ceremony of the series of festivals. It is one of peace and lightheartedness, following the more solemn of the ritual year. Ugewe is the festival of the Ewe leaves, a symbol of good luck and joy. It is the most popular of all that heralds the dawn of a Benin New Year, new vow, newness of life and freshness of life, and a new hope for the future. In the evening, the Ewe leaves are presented to the Oba of Benin in grand style in a colorful ceremony. The Ihogbe society, amidst singing and dancing, bring the sacred leaves that symbolize good luck, blessings, peace, and prosperity. Each of the senior members of the Ihogbe proceeds to give the sacred leaves directly to the Oba of Benin, and others put theirs at his feet.
Certainly the best.